welcome back to Metal Bands Chronicles. All right, we're live right now. Just waiting to see if anybody shows up. And yes, as you all know, this right here is going to be a Q&A episode. Now, I did post this up on Instagram and Facebook. Just wait for some people to arrive so you can ask me some questions. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyways, right now I'm listening to Last Rocket, killer thrash band from back in the day, and their studio album. I think it was their fifth studio album from 1991. Nothing Sacred. Such a killer album. Now, Last Rocket started out more like a power metal band, a traditional heavy metal band. Then, morphed into thrash metal, starting on Annihilation Principles, But yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, just gonna wait here a few minutes to see if anybody comes. So, okay. So, what's been going on with me this week? Lots of working, man. Lots of working. Just got off a 7-day in a row stretch, so I'm a bit tired. But you know what? I want to do this Q&A. You know, hopefully somebody shows up soon. Man. Now I know people know this is going on. Let's see if anybody shows up here. Come on, man. Q&A, people. You can ask Metal Ben anything you want. Well, unless it's stupid, then I'm just going to ignore you. So, anyways, I guess the new Flotsam and Jetsam came out. Have not got it yet. Haven't bought much music at all lately. We got Metal Douche Mike here. I knew you would be here. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the fucking stream. So, Hoochie Coochie Lady by Elf. do have that CD. I got to get the other two Elf albums. Yeah, excuse me there. I got to get the other two Elf CDs. Then I'll have everything Ronnie James Dio ever put out. Hoochie Coochie Lady, yeah. It's a very different album too, that first Elf album. It's more like honky tonk, boogie, progressive rock. Not quite what we would know Ronnie James Dio for, when he went to Rainbow and went into Black Sabbath and went and did his solo career. It's definitely way different. All right, I'm gonna play it. I'm playing off my YouTube because my CD player took a shit. I mean, it still kind of works, but it doesn't work well. I got to get a new CD player. Well, yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah, I remember this track. So yeah, retrospective on Uriah Heep. It's kind of weird you bring that up. I did one a couple years ago, about 3 years ago on my old YouTube channel. Well, it's kind of like a retrospective. I covered the Ken Hensley years up till 1980 with the album Conquest. I am going to redo it. It's going to take a lot of work to do because they have so many albums out. I mean, my God, and they're working on a new album. Yes, Uriah Heep is working on new music. Yeah, it's a pretty cool section. Got to get the other two Elf albums, though. Definitely. I don't have them. Hope y'all can hear me okay. Like, I still got to do my vinyl update video. Been so damn tied up lately. I wanted to get it done Saturday and it didn't happen. Between work, I've been tracking guitar tracks for a new track. I finally got the rhythm guitar tracks tracked. Took a while to do it. I agree, Lee Slate's a great drummer, man. An amazing drummer. And it's a shame we lost him last year, And, like, right after that, Ken Hensley passed away. So you pretty much have almost all the classic members of Uriah Heep now gone. I mean, Mick Box is the only one still alive and the only original member left in Uriah Heep, Oh, was he? Huh. That's kind of weird. I didn't see it come up in my notifications. But that's YouTube for you. They don't always send out all the notifications when somebody's going live or whatever. So many broken bots here on YouTube. It's unbelievable. Well, Cover Killer Nation was one of the first on here to do album reviews. Probably the first, if I really think about it. Because then you had Cover Killer Nation, then Ralph Vieira came along, and to me, I love Ralph's fucking reviews. They're the best. They're entertaining. And that's something that's being lost here on YouTube, I think, is entertaining people. I think people nowadays here on YouTube are too worried about being PC, you know? Yes, dude, that's a classic one. Oh, such a classic fucking review. I'll tell you what, you want to watch another good Saint Anger rant video? Watch Billy Casper's rant on it. Now his channel's called Matt's World now. Dude, you gotta watch his rant on Saint Anger. It's fucking epic. It is so epic. I did one on my old channel too, and people have been wanting me to redo it. Maybe I will just say fuck it and redo it. It might not be as good as the original that I had. But yeah, man, that fucking review is classic. Alright, so that was Elk with Hoochie Coochie Lady. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty decent track from that album. Kiss Tards. Yes, the Kiss Tards. Yeah, man. But when it comes to album reviews, yeah, man, those were probably the first two I remember finding. Well, Cover Killer Nation was definitely first. There used to be a dude on here called Maiden Slave who did some fucking hilarious and entertaining album reviews. He was like one of the old ones from back in the day. Obviously, Ralph Vieira with Eternal Idol and the Almost Human 56 pages. Legendary fucking reviews, you know. Just great stuff all around, man. I'm trying to think of other people that did album reviews back in the day. Downfall Network, Brody, he did them. Huh. Well, I had heard rumors about that. I just never knew how accurate it was, you know, because we know the Black Sabbath reunion with Dio was pretty much a failure, which is a shame. I blame Sharon Osbourne for that crap. Yeah, it's definitely Sharon Osbourne's fault that the Dio Black Sabbath reunion from the '90s failed. And it was such a killer fucking album. Dehumanize was so killer, man. Midnight Strike 3925 did reviews. I do not remember him. I don't remember him at all. I just feel like nowadays, like when people do album reviews, they're not very entertaining and enthusiastic when doing them. It's like the landscape of YouTube from then has totally changed from 2011, 2012 to now, you know. And I'm not going to sit here and mock people's channels, that's not what I do, but I just noticed, a lot of people are not very entertaining in their videos, and they don't really look like they're into the music. Like, to me, when I do reviews, I try to be very charismatic when I do my reviews, and I'm passionate about the music I review. I actually love the music I review. Where a lot of people, I just think, do it, you know, to try to fit in, if that makes sense. You know what? I want to get that Sabotage reunion. I definitely want to get it. I saw that. I saw it posted on Facebook actually a few hours ago. Um, that's funny. I think Ralph Vieira actually showed Kate or was showing it like in a recent photo on Facebook. Yeah, well, I think it was Ralph. I don't really go on Facebook much. Mainly, I go on Facebook to check out some statuses. I don't really post much on Facebook anymore. I'm gonna have to check that out then. I'm behind on videos too. I haven't had much time to watch a lot of people's videos either. I'm working third shift now. Like I said, well, I don't know if you were here. I just got off of working 7 days in a row, so I'm kind of behind on a lot of things. But yeah, I'll definitely check out that video. Oh yeah, man! And Ralph shouted my channel out, so that's fucking awesome. Quite a few months back, and I appreciate that because he's one of my favorite YouTubers and one of the ones that inspired me to do YouTube, along with guys like Scott Waters and Hops and Metal, Renee from Spain, which were a couple of the guys that really inspired me to do YouTube. I mean, originally I did start a channel way back in 2011, but I only ever uploaded two videos on it, but they weren't reviews. They were just a couple little short guitar clips, and I think it was around 2017. Yeah, it would have been 2017. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna finally try this. I'm gonna finally try to do videos here on YouTube after several years, and that's what I did. Thoughts on Pink Floyd's live at Pompel, Pom- live at Pompeii? Huh? I don't think I've ever heard that. I probably have, but I'm just having like a lack of memory of it. I mean, it's kind of weird. I don't really listen to a lot of live albums much anymore. I mean, I still listen to certain ones. Like I listen to Tokyo Tapes by the Scorpions, which I think I'm gonna do a separate video on this eventually, where I'm gonna showcase my favorite live albums. Like I'll still listen to Tokyo Tapes by the Scorpions, Kiss Alive. Sometimes I'll listen to what's another one? Judas Priest Live Unleashed in the East. I'll still listen to obviously Iron Maiden Live After Death. You know, and that's even the thing with Iron Maiden. Like I haven't really kept up on their live albums. I think for me, I got sick of them just putting out so many live albums. It's like, man, I'd rather see more studio stuff. Even though yeah, Iron Maiden studio stuff, has been kind of hit and miss since Brave New World came out. But man, Oh yeah. Well, let's look it up. ACDC Kicked in the Teeth live. Huh. I'm gonna check this out. If it's a legit um, performance here. No, I don't want it from 2018. Kicked in the Teeth live in San Francisco. Huh, okay. There's a couple versions showing up here. Okay. 1978. Now, I see one here from 77. Okay. Now, here's a whole concert here. ACDC live at San Francisco. ACDC live at San Francisco 2nd, or, holy cripe, September 2nd, 1977. I know that's not it. Okay. I'm going to play this one. This one's called Kicked in the Teeth. Yeah, this one's from 77. Okay. I was going to say, man, that's all I was seeing pop up. 77. Try to keep the volume down a little so YouTube don't try to get me for a copyright strike or some crap. Man, it would have been cool seeing them live back when Bon Scott was alive. I wasn't even born yet. Well, I was born in '78, but I was only a baby. I was a metal Ben baby back in 1978, '79. Oh, geez, it's been 21 years. 21 years exact. Yeah. He passed away in February of '79, or February of 1980. So, yeah, it's been 21 years. Yeah. John Bonham, John Lennon, and Bon Scott all passed away that year. And AC/DC put out Back in Black in 1982, and it became their biggest album. Definitely one of the few bands that pulled it off where they got another lead singer and they became even bigger, you know, when Brian Johnson came into the band. I mean, to me, it would have been interesting too, because I still think the album would have been successful if Bon Scott would have sang on it, or lived to sing on it, do the vocals on Back in Black. I always try to picture in my head what Back in Black would sound like with Bon Scott on vocals. It would have been really interesting, man. If you could go back and reverse time and, you know, have Bon Scott, still be alive and lay down vocals for Back in Black. Because, Highway to Hell is probably their second biggest album under Back in Black. Yeah, that's a pretty cool live version. I agree, man. Malcolm Young is definitely missed. It's not quite the same, with Malcolm Young being gone now. But I will definitely say I think Power Up was a great AC/DC album and what we needed in 2020. We needed something like that to happen in 2020 because 2020 was just such a shitty year for a lot of people, you know. And it was cool when AC/DC came back with that album because nobody expected it. Nobody expected anything from AC/DC probably ever again, to be honest. But knowing Angus Young, man, he'll keep AC/DC going as long as he can keep on going on that stage and playing. So I don't think Power Up's going to be the last AC/DC album. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out then. Most definitely. So yeah, I do think there will be another AC/DC album in the future. Whether Brian Johnson will be on vocals, because these guys are getting up there in age. Oh yeah, Phil Rudd, man, he's definitely a solid drummer. It's kind of weird. What he does isn't really complicated, but there's something about his drumming, you know, that definitely stands out. Oh no, man, I'm waiting for people to show up. If people do show up, come on, man, I got 379 subscribers. Somebody, people, don't mind me, I'm half tired. Somebody's got to show up. I put this up on Facebook, I put it up on Instagram, so people know I'm doing this tonight. Pretty much. Oh, I'd like to hear other people ask me questions. That's the whole point of this. And this is the first time I've done a Q and nobody's here. Come on, people. Come on, man. Show up, man. Ask me some questions, dude. It's the whole point of this. But groups like a sure-footed goat. Oh yeah, but it groups. But it groups it like a sure-footed goat climbing a mountain. It's very true. That is very true. I guess somebody must have got mad and unsubbed because I was at 379. Now I'm down to 378. Well, why sub to the channel if you're not going to be true to the channel? You know, I hate when people do that. They'll subscribe to you, then they'll unsub. You know, oh geez, I have no fucking clue, man. I know. Let's put it this way: I definitely know who Frank Zappa is. He has so many fucking albums out. In all honesty, I've never sat down and listened to a whole Frank Zappa album, so I have no answer for that at all. Phenomenal musician. He had some off the wall music for sure. You know, I think what's been happening too. I think I've been having trolls sub to the channel just to be an asshole. Like they'll sub to the channel, they'll make a sock account, then they'll fucking unsub just to be a fucking total douchebag. So I do think that's been going on because I've noticed that going on for the last couple months around here, where somebody will make a fake account and sub, then unsub. The dickheaded bullshit you got to deal with here on YouTube when you're a content creator. Top 10 one trick pony band. Fuck. Boy, I have no answer for that. So, what you mean by one trick pony bands is like a one hit wonder band? Or a band maybe with only one studio album? Clutch, I'm not a big fan of. I've tried, I cannot get into their music. Their music's way too, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it's kind of like, well, for me, Clutch, when it comes to the guitar, it doesn't have enough distortion behind it or enough bite behind it. But yeah, Clutch is one of them bands too I never really got into. I'll tell you what, man, out of all the metal YouTubers on here, I'm the one that gets the most abuse, I swear to God. Because I'm having the right channel shout my channel out, but like nobody will subscribe. It's probably because I'm too edgy, or there's something about it. I don't fit the narratives of the modern day metal community, whatever that is. Whatever. I really don't care, you know. But yeah, the right channels have shouted me out, and I definitely appreciate that. But it's like, man, this channel should be over 400 subscribers by now. But like I said, I don't really fit the narratives of the modern day metal community, where I sound boring and monotone in my videos. Because what you get here is real shit. You're not going to get pretend, make believe, fake crap on this channel. But anyway, sorry for my complaining. It's been a long week. I just want to fucking unwind. Motley Crue's a one-hit wonder. I don't know about that. They've had quite a few hits. Smoking in the Boys' Room, Home Sweet Home, Doctor Feelgood. I'm not the biggest Motley Crue fan either. Motley Crue's a weird one with me. I know there's people out there that really love Motley Crue. For me, like I love the first two albums. Oh, we got T Rod here. Welcome to the stream, my man. My good friend T Rod is here. Yeah. Cool dude, very cool, good friend of mine here. Great drummer, great musician. He's fucking huge into metal too. He does some awesome hip hop also, very old school sounding hip hop. If I could jam with a guitarist alive or dead, who would it be? Oh man. You kind of hit me on a pedestal there. There's so fucking many. If I'm being fucking dead serious with myself, who would I jam with? I'm gonna go with Dimebag Daryl. I think Dimebag Daryl would be absolute fun to jam with. Just because Dimebag, man, he just had this fucking larger than life character, you know? And he just seemed like the coolest freaking person on earth to hang with. So yeah, it would be definitely Dimebag Daryl, man. Now alive, who would I jam with as far as being alive goes? Again, there's so fucking many. Huh, man. I'm gonna have to pick James Hetfield. Definitely James Hetfield. And I know all the Metallica haters are looking around right now with their pitchforks. Fuck Metallica, they sold out. The shit that I've heard for the last 30 years. Fuck Metallica, they sold out. Lars can't drum. All this bullshit that you fucking hear over and over. But yeah, man, I'd definitely pick James Hetfield when it comes to a living member. Now, bass players, it would definitely be Cliff Burton. I'd love to jam with Cliff Burton. Or Lemmy. Definitely Lemmy from Motorhead. Which musician would you party and get drunk with? Oh, crap, man. I'd have to pick Lemmy and Dimebag for that. Definitely Lemmy and Dimebag. But yeah, anyways, to the person that unsubscribed, whatever, fuck you. You mean nothing. You mean absolutely nothing. I'll gain that subscriber back. Zach Wild would be cool too. Yes, definitely Zach Wild. Yeah, that happened back in the late 80s with Ozzy, back when he was really bad into drugs. Of course, if I was married to Sharon Osbourne, I don't know. I couldn't do it. Ozzy, you need to go in this direction. Ozzy, you need to do a track with Post Malone. Ozzy, you need to be on American Idol next. You know, fucking Sharon Osbourne, to me, and God bless Ozzy Osbourne. We all love Ozzy, but let's be honest here. Sharon Osbourne basically controls Ozzy's career. I mean, that's just the way I view it. You know. Oh, dead drummer. Which dead drummer would I jam with? Boy, that's a really good question. I'm gonna have to say, there's a lot of great drummers. Keith Moon would be interesting. Let's see. Phil the Animal Taylor, Motorhead. That would be interesting. Lee Kerslake of Uriah Heep would be a great one to jam with. You know, a couple of the greatest drummers like ever to come along. You know, but as far as other dead drummers, I think John Bonham would be interesting to jam with, even though I'm not the biggest Led Zeppelin fan. I do like, I mean, I like some Led Zeppelin, but I've never been like a huge Zeppelin fan. But I think John Bonham would be interesting. Oh, definitely Neil Peart. Yes, definitely Neil Peart. I agree with that big time. Definitely Neil Peart. That he would be amazing to jam with. The stuff he could do on drums is just freaking mind blowing, and it's like science. Like that's the way I look at Neil Peart's drumming. It's like science. It really is. Because it takes you in all these different directions, you know. Clive Barrett too, yeah, another great drummer. That's about the truth there. Yeah, Sharon Osbourne's definitely bad for music. Well, for the mainstream yeah, excuse me there, for the mainstream crowd, maybe not, but for people like us who want Ozzy Osbourne to put out a great solo album again, yes. Which I heard he's working on a new album, but man, don't have much hope for it. And yes, I'm gonna stick with my thoughts on Ordinary Man. I think Ordinary Man is the worst album Ozzy Osbourne ever did. Nobody's gonna change my opinion on that. I'm not gonna be one of these people who sit there and defend it because I don't like the album. I know that's bullshit. That's another reason why I'm not gonna get behind Ordinary Man. Like to me, okay, if Zach Wild's back in the band, right? Shouldn't Zach Wild be the one playing guitar on the album? You know what I mean? Ooh, Vinnie Paul, yes. Yes, Vinnie Paul, another great drummer. It's kind of weird, man. You go back and listen to those old Pantera albums. Like some of that drumming he does is so unique, especially on the track Becoming from Far Beyond Driven. The drumming on that track is so unique. The way he's doing the double bass patterns, it's just out of this world, you know. When it comes to, what Vinnie Paul could do on drums. Because he had a very unique approach to how he did double bass work, you know. It wasn't just your, it was just like, however. But he had a very different, unique style to how he approached his playing when it comes to doing double bass drumming. And it doesn't sound like it's easy to play at all. entertainingly too on that track, like Becoming, like I said, where the drumming's very tricky, unique. Geezer Butler on Ozzy's new album? Huh. Oh, jeez, man, you're killing me here. Bon Scott or Ronnie James Dio? I'm still gonna have to go with Ronnie James Dio. As much as I love Bond, but man, I'm gonna have to go with Ronnie James all the way. You know. So we are almost an hour into this Q&A already, and only two people have showed up. Well, thanks to the two people who were cool enough to show up and participate and ask questions. Blitz or Bruce? Oh, you're talking about Blitz from Overkill? Oh yeah, obviously Bobby Blitz Ellsworth from Overkill and Bruce Dickinson. I'm assuming it's Bruce Dickinson. Ooh, that's a pretty tough one too. Man, you know what? I'm going with Blitz from Overkill. I love the raspy voice. You know, yeah, I'm gonna go with Bobby Blitz of Overkill. Fucking dude, man. I just love the way the dude sings. I know a lot of people don't like his vocals, but I do. To me, it's like the perfect thrash metal vocals. Easily the perfect two, yeah, easily the perfect thrash metal vocalist is Bobby Blitz Ellsworth of Overkill. And I like Steve Zetro Sosa of Exodus too a lot. Ooh, yeah, King Diamond, man. Oh, love King Diamond. Absolutely love King Diamond. Got everything he owns. I love Merciful Fate. Merciful Fate's one of my favorite bands of all time. You know. Now, if I were to compare King Diamond's solo material to Merciful Fate, I would still definitely choose Merciful Fate. You know. I just love, all that classic Merciful Fate stuff, Melissa, Don't Break the Oath, Return to the Vampire, Nuns Have No Fun, the Merciful Fate EP. Well, I think that was the Merciful Fate EP, actually. But in some markets, it was called Nuns Have No Fun. Um, In the Shadows is another great album by Merciful Fate. Time, Into the Unknown, Nine, Dead Again. I mean, just such a great band. Well, I'm not a Mastodon fan. I do not like Mastodon. I know that might disappoint some people, but I just cannot. Okay, I'll explain the Mastodon thing because I'm one of the ones who was around back when Mastodon first came out. Um, I did like their first two albums. After that, I just lost interest in them. Dream Theater, I like Dream Theater. Um, obviously, John Petrucci is one of the best lead guitar players, when it comes to, music in general. And you got great musicianship when it comes to Dream Theater. I honestly prefer Mike Portney behind the drums, and I don't think he should have left Dream Theater, but it was his choice to leave at the time. And it's cool that Portnoy and John Petrucci are now once again working together. and they kind of patched up their, they kind of patched up their differences or whatever, or what was going on when Portnoy left Dream Theater. So it's really cool to see Portnoy record with Petrucci again. I mean, I don't think we'll ever see. I don't know. I mean, it could happen. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever see Portnoy back in Dream Theater. But then again, Mike Mangini is a phenomenal drummer. He drummed for Annihilator. Yeah, he's been around, man. He's drummed for other bands too. But your question was Mastodon or Dream Theater or Rush or Uriah Heep or Yes. Okay, Rush. I love Rush. I mean, it's kind of funny when it comes to Rush. Like when I was younger, I could not stand Rush. I mean, when I was a teenager, when I was really starting to get into the extreme metal shit, like to me, Rush was fucking nerdy music or whatever. I didn't really understand it at the time or like it at the time. So Rush is one of them bands that took a lot of years for me to get into. Then when I finally got into it, I'm like, wow, this is some fucking good shit. What the fuck was I thinking back when I was younger? You know? So yeah, I do love Rush. I mean, yeah, some of the 80s albums aren't really my cup of tea, but all those 70s albums are freaking good. I think Counterparts from the 90s is very underrated by Rush. And yeah, Clockwork the Angels is fucking good. Yeah, Snakes and Arrows I think is a great album too. Yes, now the band Yes, I have not really listened to a lot of their music. Like I know their popular tracks, their hits or whatnot that are played on classic rock radio, but besides that, I have not listened to a lot of Yes. Let's see here. And Uriah Heep, oh man, fucking love Uriah Heep. So if I'm gonna fucking be honest with myself, I'm gonna pick Uriah Heep out of all of them. Why is Dragon Force so overhyped? Probably because of how fast they play, which doesn't really make sense to me. Because the biggest complaint I hear amongst people who cannot stand metal is that it's too fast or the vocals are too fucking brutal. But Dragon Force gets a pass for being so fast. I don't get it. I'm not a fan of Dragon Force. I can imagine. I mean, they're phenomenal musicians, you know. And welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, The Sentinel. Yeah, I've heard Dragon Force is great live. I mean, to play that fast constantly, it takes skill and talent to do it. Pirate metal, it's kind of been around for a while. I guess you could say the band Running Wild pretty much started pirate metal with the album Under Jolly Rogers, classic freaking album. But yeah, yeah, I keep hearing that band or about that band a lot. West Storm or however the fuck you pronounce it. It's just really hard for me to get into a lot of the modern metal though. First concert. This is going to be a weird one because it wasn't a metal concert. The first concert I ever went to was Journey, way back. Oh, jeez. I was a bit late going to concerts. I didn't start going to concerts till 2002. And yeah, Journey was actually the first band I ever saw live, which is kind of weird, being a huge metalhead and all, but they were playing at Seven Springs near where I used to live, and me and my buddy are like, well, let's go. And we got tickets and we went and saw Journey. It was a good live show. They actually sound much heavier live. And what's the other question here? My favorite concert. Oh man, my favorite concert. Queen with Paul Rogers in 2006 in Pittsburgh, PA really stands out. Yeah, that concert was just absolutely amazing. Um, Creator, Warbringer, and some band called Ecoperion. I think they're called Ecoperion. I don't even think they're around anymore. But it's Creator and Warbringer. This would have been back when Warbringer was on their first tour for their first album. Well, I think their second album was about to come out. It would have been for, back when War Without End came out back in 2000. Well, that came out in 2007, I believe, or 2008. I think it was 2008, but I saw them in 2009 in Baltimore, Maryland with Creator. It was on a weekday. I requested a day off work, and me and my one buddy went down. It was really cool because there was probably only like 60 of us in that club. But man, the atmosphere was amazing. Oh fuck, man! How could I forget? Exodus was there too. It was Creator, Exodus, and Warbringer, and that show was fucking amazing. For only like 60 people in this little club, man, it was a fucking blast. And fucking Millie stole the fucking show on stage. Millie from Creator. It was just fucking amazing, man. What intensity that Creator has when they play live. Like, to me, right now, Creator is probably the best live thrash metal band. Up there, with guys like Exodus, too. Exodus was fucking great, too, but I mean, this is when Exodus had Rob Dukes on vocals still, so it's just weird. Creator came up there and stole the fucking show. In Flames Dark In Flames Dark Tranquility and Kill Switch Engage in 2002. Yeah, that's interesting because that would have been when In Flames was starting to kind of gain interest here in the States. I mean, I first heard In Flames back in the late 90s before anybody really knew who they were. Well, I've only seen Iron Maiden live once, and that would have been at Ozfest 2005, and that's when they were touring behind the DVD, the early years, and they played only stuff from their first five albums. It was pretty cool. Oh man, the new Cannibal Corpse album's fucking killer, man. I did review it here on. Well, we did a live stream here on the channel actually for that new Cannibal Corpse. It's fucking awesome, man. Yes, I'm dropping the F bomb a lot, and I don't apologize for that because that goes against YouTube's community standards, apparently. But you know what? This channel's not politically correct, so if I want to say fuck, I'm going to say fuck. You know? Anyway. But yeah, man, the new Cannibal Corpse album is freaking sick, dude. No, boy, that's a really good. You know, I think that was 2004 actually, because I actually went to that Ozfest too. You know, when Judas Priest reunited with Rob Halford. I do think there was dates on that tour where or excuse me, where Ozzy was sick and Rob Halford did fill. I'm like spitting over my words here. Rob Halford did fill in for Black Sabbath, but the show I was at in Pittsburgh back in 2004, Ozzy did the vocals, and Judas Priest was amazing. I must say so. Oh, nice, cool. Like to me, 2004 and 2005 are probably the best Ozfest, hands down. And those were the only two I. Well, no, no, no. I take that back. I went to 2004. I went to 2005s. Then I went to 2010s in Camden, New Jersey, which was the last Ozfest, I believe. Top 10 douchebags of metal. Boy. Gonna have to think about that one. I'll tell you what, for years I would have said Lars Ulrich, but lately I've been kind of gaining more respect for Lars. Due to the fact, it's very easy to criticize Metallica because it's like the cool thing to do in the metal community. Let's bash Metallica. But really, if you look at it, when it comes to Lars, and anybody I've ever talked to who actually met him says he's like the coolest person. Like he'll take time out and talk to or like he'll take time out and talk to you, and he'll actually ask you questions, you know. So yeah, Lars to me would not be in that list anymore because I do have respect for Lars. I know, I know the metal community's looking at me like now, poser, sellout. It's fact. I don't think Lars is a dickhead at all. Now, Dave Mustaine, I do think Dave Mustaine's a dickhead. I know that because I actually met him. He was pretty much an asshole. Um, Trying to think who else. I think Corey Taylor's a douchebag. I just don't like him. Then again, I'm not like really into the whole new metal shit or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I do think Corey Taylor's a fucking douchebag. Who else? Trying to think here. Sebastian Bach of Skid Row, formerly of Skid Row. I think he's turned into a real douchebag over the last couple of years. Um, But I'm trying to think who else is a real douchebag. I heard the dudes in Manowar, pertaining the bass player Jimmy. What the fuck's his name? It's not Jimmy. I don't know why the name slipped. Joey DiMano or whatever the fuck his name is from Manowar. I heard he's a real asshole, real egotistical. You know. So yeah, I've heard bad stories about Manowar being real assholes. Well, pertaining him. Probably Eric Adams too. I heard Eric Adams a real douchebag too, the vocalist. Um, just trying to think here. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rob Flynn really turned into a fucking asshole. It's kind of fucking weird, man. I actually met Rob Flynn when I saw Machine Head on the Blackening tour. We talked to him too for like 20 minutes. He was actually cool back then. But now all of a sudden, all this political bullshit and the way fucking society is nowadays with political correctness and all this crap, it turned Rob Flynn into a real fucking dickhead, you know. So yeah, I'd have to throw Rob Flynn in there. I don't know. I'd have to really think about that more. I know there's more people, but yeah. Yeah, back then he was really cool. I mean, we stood out there and talked to him, like I said, for like 20 minutes. Hell, I gave the dude a hug. No shit. So it's kind of hard here in 2021 to sit here and say, oh, yeah, man, that dude used to be cool. Now he's a fucking dickhead, you know? But that's what it is, too. The PC culture, dude, it's fucking ruining everything. You can't fucking enjoy entertainment no more because of people. You got to worry about who you offend, whose feelings you hurt. It's like, come on, man. We're grown ass fucking adults. We should be over that crap. Somebody fucking hurts your feelings. So fucking what? You know? It's like, get over yourselves. Stop being offended. Stop giving into the fucking narratives. You know? And he definitely drank the PC Kool Aid. You got that right. Top five narcissists to rock. Oh, jeez. There's plenty of them, man. I mean, back to the asshole thing. I mean, you could probably say Gene Simmons. Thing is with Gene Simmons, though, he'll come out and tell you straight up he's an asshole. But the thing is with Gene Simmons, too, I've never heard one story about Gene Simmons treating a fan like shit. It seems like every time I've seen Gene Simmons with fans, he's been pretty damn good to the fans. But yes, Gene Simmons will admit, hey, I'm a fucking asshole, you know? But when it comes to the fans, I've never seen Gene Simmons treat a fan like shit or ignore a fan. Well, except for maybe the one time where somebody, okay, yeah, this is definitely kind of dickheadish. Um, some kid on YouTube was trying to interview Gene and Paul. This was quite a few years back, and the kid had an Iron Maiden shirt on. So fucking Gene and Paul go, you have to you have to put on a Kiss shirt or some crap to interview us. So yeah, that's definitely kind of dickheadish, but Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure the video's up here on YouTube still too. Well, that's the thing. I don't even look at Kiss as a band anymore. I mean, I really don't. To me, Kiss is a corporation. It really is, and it's a shame it's like that. But that's what it is. I just think it's fucking ridiculous that Kiss keeps going on. With Eric Singer and damn, goddamn, the guitar player's name's slipping my fucking head right now, and it shouldn't be. Tommy Thayer, Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer. It's a shame you have Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer dressed up as Ace and Peter. That's just bullshit. It's like just take the fucking makeup up off, or take the makeup off, or create your own fucking characters. You know what I mean? Yeah, Tommy Thayer. Oh, Kiss Dorn Dynasty and the Elder. It's kind of weird. I actually I do like Dynasty. I think there's a lot of decent tracks on Dynasty. It's not that pure disco album like people think it is, but you have cool shit on there like Charisma's a great track. 2000 Man, the Rolling Stones cover that Ace did, that's a great track. So yeah, there's some pretty good stuff on Dynasty. Now, Music from the Elder, that's a weird one. You know, Obviously it's supposed to be a concept album, or it was a concept album, and there was actually supposed to be a part two to it, like a second Music from the Elder, like a sequel. A sequel. What the fuck am I thinking here? But there was supposed to be a sequel, and the album flopped, and it never happened, obviously. But overall, I mean, it's different. It's not. I don't mind it. I don't mind the Elder. See, I noticed too, a lot of bands, like when they get older, you just mentioned Hetfield. A lot of bands, when they get older, they tend to tune their guitars down to drop D, you know, to fit the vocals, because the vocalist can't hit the notes he did back when he was younger. I don't understand why Metallica still plays in standard tuning. Well, it's kind of weird. Like on studio album on Death Magnetic and Hardwired, they played in standard tuner. I'm like stuttering my fucking words bad here. On Death Magnetic and Hardwired to Self Destruct, they played in standard tuning, but like when they play live, they tune down half a step. I noticed. Um, I would think, because these guys are in their late 50s, when you want to tune down to drop D tuning, I mean, I kind of get it, because like a lot of bands do that, and it might not have the same magic, when you're playing live, as it did back in the day when the band was younger and was capable of doing that. You know what I mean? See, I hate it too. I don't like when bands tune down either. I'd prefer, I preferably would rather hear them play in the same tuning. But yeah, but a lot of bands, when they get older, they drop your tuning down to fit the vocalist, because the vocalist can't hit the notes like he did when he was younger. I mean, I mean, well, yeah, they have played in standard tuning pretty much their whole career, except for on Load and Reload. On Load and Reload, they were tuned down half a step, and on Saint Anger, they completely tuned down. It sounded like fucking shit. So maybe tuning down from Metallica ain't a good idea either. Lick It Up, yes, that's probably my favorite non-makeup Kiss album. I love Lick It Up. You know what's fucking weird about Metallica? And I've noticed it too. Like it seems like they play the songs faster live. Like Creeping Depths like sped up like crazy when they play it live. Like to me, I think if they kind of went with the actual like speed of what's on the album, it might. I think it would actually sound better. You know what I mean? As opposed to playing it faster. And Lulu was fucking trash. I agree. It's kind of fucking weird though. If you actually listen to, I mean, I haven't sat down and listened to Lulu since it fucking came out, but if you actually listen to Lulu, there's actually some decent rips on there that could have been used for potential Metallica songs, and they wasted them for that piece of garbage. You know, and Justice for All, man, fucking love that album. I think that's T Rod's favorite Metallica album too, if I remember correctly. I was right, dude. Yep, I remembered. Oh my god, oh dude, that title track's awesome. That whole album's awesome. I know there's a lot of people that hate Justice, and it seems like nowadays Justice gets a lot more hate compared to back then. I don't get it. And the only complaint is everybody complains about there being no bass on Justice. It's like, come on, get over yourselves, people. Who cares? And me, I've never had a problem with the production on Justice for All. I actually like it. I mean, a lot of people hate it, but I like the production on it because the drums sound loud and the fucking guitars are very heavy and crunchy on that album. That's why I like it. Dyer's Eve, yes. Man, that's a fucking awesome song. I love Dyer's Eve. Dear mother, dear father, what is this hell you have put me through? My fucking voice is half hoarse. Yeah. I think the only track on that album where I noticed there is bass is on the shortest straw. You can kind of hear it. Like, especially in that part where it goes down, 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 down. You can hear a little bit of bass being played in the background. check out Dick by Metallica on YouTube. Huh. It's called Dick? Good thing I have an 18 restricted thing on this. Because this is definitely not fucking for minors. Dick by Metallica. Gonna have to look it up then. Well, they're working on a new studio album. Metallica is. I'm sorry, man. Every time Metallica comes out with an album, you can't help but like wonder what it's gonna fucking sound like. You know, like me, I thought the last album was good. Hardwired to Self Destruct. I thought it was a good album. I see a lot of hate on YouTube for that album too. It's like, okay, whatever. I mean, people have their opinions, obviously. You know, hey man, there might only be three people here, but it's still a fucking fun Q&A. I'm having a blast. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. And these people are missing a entertaining one too. Oh shit, man. Man, I'm curious, man. I'm gonna look this shit up. Hmm. It's called the Dick Song. It's probably just some goof off thing they were doing in the studio or whatever, or during rehearsal. You know. Be back in a minute, guys. All right, I'm back. Anything going on? Anybody got more questions? Want to talk about anything? Looks like we have 4 people watching. This might be the most failed Q&A stream on YouTube. Or what am I trying to say here? This might be the most failed Q&A live stream in YouTube history right here because nobody came in. Bastards, y'all knew this was happening tonight. It is what it is, though. Whatever. I'm not going to let it fucking sour my mood. But I don't know. I'll tell you what, man. Send a message out here. Think I might invite somebody on the show here. All right, I'm going to send a link here. I'll tell you what, man, that's going to be my tag now. The most underrated metal YouTuber. The most underrated, period. But I'm going to share this link to Saint Anger 2. I don't know, man. It's hard to tell with Metallica. Hey, it's kind of like what they said back in '86. They were warning us back in '86. We do what we want. If they consider it selling out, then whatever. And kind of, in a way, man, that's the way every band should approach shit. Do what you want. Like, yeah, I don't agree with where Metallica went. Like, after Injustice for All, but they did what they wanted. So they were kind of warning us back then that they're going to do what they want. But anyways, invite. Gonna invite a guest here, guys. Messenger. All right, send. All right, so that is all finished. Yeah, and a lot of people don't fucking realize too when you look deep into the Black Album. Even back then, I didn't really realize it either. I thought, oh, they fucking sold out. But even on that album, you can really tell. When you go back, you could tell they put everything into that music. I mean, fuck, it took them over a year to record it. You know, so to sit there and say, okay, it's a sellout album. I kind of disagree now. Back then, I didn't really agree. But
What's
welcome
up?
to the stream.
It's been a while.
What's going on?
Not much. I figured I got a few more hours before I go to bed. So I figured, yeah, why not? You said you wanted to see if any of us wanted to join. I was like, yeah, I got some time. At least.
Well, yeah, I was trying to do a Q&A here, and it doesn't look like it worked out too well. We got 3 people to join. It's
yeah.
like, fuck.
Hey, Mike, what's up? Thanks for
What the fuck's up, motherfuckers? We got a little bit.
Mike,
We got a
at first
bonus.
I didn't know that it was you, and then I realized, holy crap, it's Mike. It's Metal Douche Mike. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a trooper, man. He comes forever. He comes for all the streams. He's a fucking
Yeah,
trooper.
he also told me he's autistic as well.
Yeah, man. We got my old friend here, T-Rod here.
What's
Old
up,
friend of mine,
T-Rod?
man. Yep. Yeah, I've known him for quite a long time. He plays drums. He's into metal too.
Cool. Yeah, I'm wearing.
He's actually a really good rapper too. His fucking hip hop shit's amazing. Check out Steak. You got to check out Steak Dinner on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm not the biggest hip hop fan either, but I do like some of it.
Yes, I'm the same. I like
Metal
some
Douchebag,
hip-hop.
you did a stream earlier. So, all right, for a bonus, you get a little bit of damage.
Yeah. He was playing Fortune of War. That was a Blaze Bailey song. He said it should have been a Bruce song. I was like, Blaze has his moments. Obviously, solo. He's had some great. Blaze Bailey's had some great solo albums. I think. Hey, Mike, what album was that from? Was that from Virtual 11 or was that from X Factor? I'm curious.
X Factor.
You know what album that is from?
Fortunes of War, yeah, that's definitely from the X Factor.
Oh, wow. The only thing I've ever heard from that album is Sign of the Cross.
Fortunes of War, Fortunes of War. Yeah, I could kind of see Bruce singing that.
That's an early sign of course retardation.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it
Pretty
is
much.
X Factor.
Yeah.
It is X Factor, yeah. I'm like, why?
Yeah, that's a hard
I
album to
play,
listen to.
I mentioned to him, play Book of Souls.
All right, man. Go take that piss, dude. Oh, man. Yeah, T-Rod's a cool dude.
Yeah.
We had a really cool party a couple years ago, actually, when I was staying over in Anvil for the weekend. And me and another old friend of ours, man, we had a blast. But
yeah.
But yeah, man. Anything new on the damaged radar, Mr. Ryan Arnold?
I think in terms of music-wise, I've really only gotten back to listening. I've been listening to some new stuff recently. Especially some EPs. I was listening to the bottom after midnight, Paint the Sky with Blood. I'm thinking of getting that.
There we go.
I was what else was I listening to? Oh, the new Machine Head EP. Arrows in the crap, I forgot what it was. I forgot the name already. God damn it.
Yeah. I did hear the track. It's thrashy.
I was like, that EP from Machine Head was good. I didn't hear it. Yeah, I thought it was a good EP.
Yeah, I haven't heard the whole EP yet.
And then I think the last thing, because I was having a series, I was wanting to do some live stream. I don't know if it was going to be tomorrow or Wednesday, but I was thinking of doing 5 new albums that just came out. And the Bottom After Midnight EP, the Machine Head EP, and the Hideous Divinity EP, LV426.
Oh, nice.
Those were going to be on that I was going to talk about. I don't know what
that's cool.
I can talk about on it. Maybe LTE3 and the Absolute Universe. But I probably would have to listen to The Breath of Life Forevermore.
Yeah. The Bottom After Midnight EP I actually liked. It was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I did too. I enjoyed it a lot.
But it just left me wanting more, and unfortunately, we're not going to get more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really good EP. I liked the dissection cover. I thought that was really good. I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm actually thinking about buying it.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as
Bottom
newer
After
music,
Midnight is a must buy for me when I go back up in July. That is definitely a must buy for me. I'm obviously, while I'm up there, going to probably be asking for birthday money because that's pretty close to my birthday. So I was just like, this might be the one chance I'll ask them for birthday money and stuff. And my mom's giving me spending money, so I know I want to get Bottom After Midnight. What other new
yeah, I'm
albums
gonna get it
are
too.
come out that I want to get? Maybe those three. If Machine Head is, oh wait, no, it probably isn't. Yeah, I think the Machine Head one's digital, but if the Hideous Divinity one's physical, I might be getting it.
Oh, a new At the Gates track. I'm gonna have to check that out. I knew they were working on a new one.
Oh, I gotta start.
I
I
haven't
gotta
heard it
listen
yet.
to the new Mammoth WVH album at some point.
I know there's so much shit,
Oh, the Fear. Oh,
like
yeah,
lately
and then I think later on the Fear Factory album, and the Halloween album. Those three will, by the time I go back up, will be out.
T-Rod, where are they playing at in September?
What date is it? A weekend, and is it anywhere close to me?
Well, he's from my state. He don't live far from me at all. In fact, I think we're practically neighbors.
I wouldn't say Kyle, but the only thing that's close to me that would be on a weekend
Oh,
would
Reverb.
be Judas Priest.
Shit, dude, I'll have to go with you. I'll have to get a ticket and go, man.
Y'all up in the
It's for Nile. Yeah,
in the
Nile's coming to
Pittsburgh
our area.
I'm in Texas. I think that would be probably one of the few concerts I might be going to in Texas. But it would be the Priest one, and they're going to have Sabaton with them, and I'm stoked about that. Like, I at least want to be able to go to that, get some tickets for that.
Oh yeah, Metal Deuce Mike's from PA. Also, he's not far from me either. I think he's in Lancaster, if I remember correctly.
Oh, Mike?
So yeah, we got PA here in the house tonight.
Oh, cool, nice. I'm nowhere near anybody.
I wouldn't mind
I'm
seeing
in the
Dark
middle
Tranquility.
No, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Maybe if I get a little bit more closer to y'all, maybe if I move to Virginia, I'll be more closer to y'all.
Right.
But I would at least have my bandmates.
It's been a long time since I've been to a show.
Lancaster. I think there is a record store.
Yeah, that's a
but they only sell records. They don't sell CDs. And it's
Stance Records. I got to check that place out. I've never been there actually.
If you're ever in Texas, go to a town. It's called Dripping Springs. They have a record store there called Fourth Rock Records. Bear in mind, you have to go in through the jewelry door just to get to the record store because they're both attached. Just a fair warning if you ever do. I'm from Texas.
Yep.
Middle of nowhere. No.
From the middle of nowhere.
My band is called Immortalis.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I've heard about that store up in Lancaster. I've just never made it up there.
I hope after these several visits here I hope in Illinois by 2022 will be permanent. I do not like being here, but at least I'll be able to tolerate the last few months I am here after coming back from Illinois in July and August because that's when the weather gets cool. So I'll be at least like one more cool Texas time and it'll be cool before I decide, this isn't where
here where we live, we have a record shop called Extremities Entertainment. And really cool place. That's where I buy a lot of my shit.
Yeah, if I were to go and be with my dad, there is at least two Yeah, there's
You
two
were in
kind of record
Rectifier.
stores. I Co-op Records, and they had CDs and vinyl. That's where I think I ended up getting a good chunk of CDs. That's where I ended up getting That's Co-op is where I got Transatlantic, Breath of Blood, the Absolute Universe, the Breath of Life first. That's where I got that, and that's where I end up seeing Bottom After Midnight at. So that's gonna be pretty cool that I got that. So I'll be getting those at that same record store, and I forgot what the other one was, but I end up looking through their bin pile, and they end up having Cannibal Corpse Evisceration Plague in there.
Oh man, I gotta have T-Rod on the show, man.
Oh, cool.
I gotta have you on the show, dude, because I didn't know you were in Rectifier. I remember that band. Like when I first moved here, I kept hearing about Rectifier, how like they were the best metal band around the area at the time. This would have been like 2008, 2009.
Oh, wow, I was just getting out of high school.
Yeah, I do remember Rectifier though. It's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, freaking those kind of things, those thrift stores. Yeah, you could. I remember. I think I ended up finding a Genesis album. Granted, it's "We Can't Dance," which has "I Can't Dance," but still, it's a Genesis album at the very least.
Yeah.
And I've never had a Genesis album, so I'm like, yeah, might as well. I've never had a Genesis album, so why not? I still happen to have it. I think some of those. That was one of the times during the whole Goodwill and thrift store thing that I was like, oh, cool, Genesis. The Chameleon Club sadly went out of business. Yeah, here's the.
I never got to go there.
There was I don't
There was a
know
bunch
if
of
there
metal
is
shows
one in
there.
the PA area, but Ben,
Yeah.
if you can clarify me, Ben, was there ever a record store in PA called Shandy's, or is that just an Illinois thing?
That one I can't honestly say I remember.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was a record store I found out about when I was a few times going up in Canton with Dad, and that was a store I'm like, oh, this is cool. I think I got several albums, and I believe I still have memories of buying them there. I think In Flames, Sounds of a Playground Fading, I bought there. Suicide Silence, The Black Crown, the last album with Mitch Lucker. What else was there? There was one time I was looking at this one cover, and I believe it was Doomsday. It's a Flotsam and Jetsam album, Doomsday, yada yada yada. I forgot the name. But I saw the cover of that. It was like one of those deluxe edition things. I was like, God damn, I could have gotten that. That's a pretty badass cover.
I never got
some others I ended up getting there were, I think 6 Feet Under. No, wait. 6 Feet Under was at Capitol. 6 Feet Under, Bringer of Blood was at Capitol. Now I remember. That was at Capitol. I'm trying to remember. Oh! I believe. Oh, yeah. Here. Iowa from Slipknot, because it had the little bit of the Capitol sticker on it right there. That was one I ended up getting at a Capitol. Of all places. The Slipknot? Yep, Slipknot. You can't see it. The self-titled has a little bit of the residue of the Capitol Records sticker, too. So I got those at Capitol. So I remember getting Iowa at Capitol.
We got Metal Douchebag Mike here smoking the weed.
It was Phil Collins' Genesis. Oh, speaking of Second Genesis. Although there is a famous beer store in Maryland called Cliffville. Yeah, I'm really sad about that man, because the Chameleon was one of my bucket list places to perform. I'm smoking a good roller joint at the moment. Smooth weed, Ben. But yeah, it was Phil Collins' Genesis. Was it? Oh wait, no. This one isn't. Actually, this might have been. I can't remember if it was. I can't remember, but it might have been this. Tool 10,000 Days might have been where I got it at either Capital or Shandy's, because I do remember getting it in Canton, Illinois. That's
Man.
where some of those usually those. But since those end up closing Co-op, and I forgot another record store. It had mostly CDs. There wasn't that many vinyl, but it was mostly CDs there. That's mostly where I'll get. That's where
Blazing
I'm
on the
from now
blazing
on.
on the.
I'm kind of sad that those stores. I'm kind of sad that those stores are gone now. I miss those stores.
Yeah, it's,
I got
I mean,
I got a good chunk of my collection from those stores. It kind of saddens me a little bit.
yeah, I guess we're pretty lucky. We still have record stores here in PA. I mean, I'm thankful.
You'd have to drive a good distance from where my dad lives to go to record stores. In that case,
Yeah. It sucks.
Whereas in Canada, that's about 5 or so minutes away. We could go to Capital or Shandy's, but they're not there anymore.
Right.
Favorite
at least
drummers? I'm not necessarily been. I am kind of a drummer, but I'm not a drummer guy. But
we got Speed King here.
Like drums and stuff. But if I had to say 5, Neil Peart,
Good.
Mike Portnoy, Martin Lopez, Dirk, obviously Dirk, and then Danny Carey.
All right.
Honorable mention, Nico McBrain.
Okay. Yes. Just reading T-Rod's comment here. About the silo. Yes, I do miss the silo too. I only got to play there once when I was in my old band. We played the silo. Oh, gee, that was back in 2012 now. And we played with Ocean. I don't know. Well, Ocean is a local band from around here, which my friend Justin plays in. They're kind of like a metalcore type of band. So I got to play with them back in the day. Who else did I play with? Oh man, it's been so long ago. I kind of forget all the bands that were on that bill. I still have the flyer for it too somewhere. I'm gonna have to dig it out. But we played the Silo back in 2012, and I know my one friend Andy played up there too. I forget the name of his band too. Not Guns for Hire. It was another band that I don't know if he's still in that band. I haven't talked to Andy in years. Speaking of Ocean, yeah, Ocean is still actually together. And I do talk to Justin quite a bit on Facebook Messenger, and I'm planning on actually interviewing him here in the near future. Yep.
Cool.
Gonna try to give some love to the local crew around here too. And T-Rod, if you ever want to come on the show for an interview or just to chat, dude, you're more than welcome to.
Woo! I might do something like that, a live stream thing, but I'm trying to find
That's kind of
people that I can do it with,
And that's kind of what our area needs to. Our area definitely needs to get that back. That old, we had a little metal scene going around here a decade ago, and we definitely need to get that back. Yeah. Like, I definitely know some people around here who play in bands, or I don't know if they still actually do it anymore. But like I know T Rod, he's still doing his thing. My friend Justin, like I said, he's still doing Ocean. So
He's committed to keeping that band alive. He's probably been doing it for over a decade at this point. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, you said Ocean is a metalcore band?
yeah, they're more like a metalcore. A lot of Iron Maiden influence too in their music, because I know Justin's really big into Iron Maiden.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I've run into some.
Oh yeah, man, these guys are from my area. That's why you wouldn't really know them. But yeah, it would definitely be cool to get a PA metal scene going. I think it needs to be done because
area scene, get one like Virginia, and I don't know how close Virginia and Pennsylvania are.
Because let's be honest, there ain't much of a scene here at all here in Pennsylvania when it comes to metal.
Yeah. Have all of us push each other, but I'm pretty much my band is going to be just head and shoulders above all of y'all. Hopefully we can be like, yeah, check these guys out. Yeah, check out Holocaust. Check out Ocean. Check out whoever else is in that area scene, you know? Get something going up there, you know?
Right. Most definitely.
We all might be of different styles, but still, it would be
cool. Oh yeah, Spine Belt
together. I'm trying to figure out how close Virginia is to Pennsylvania. Were they relatively close?
Yeah, Spine Belt. Spine Belt was quite a big name around here. I actually got to play with Spine Belt back in 2011. And that was a pretty fun gig. I mean, it was actually my first gig. So we probably actually sucked on that bill. I don't really remember. But no, it's fun. But Spine Belt's still going. I know.
Scott Church's place, bro. Yeah. PA to be is like 4 hours. Okay, cool, yeah. Virginia,
it's about 4 hours.
4 hour drive from PA. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's about a 4 hour drive. But yeah, Spine Belt was one of the big bands that could have broke because they actually, I think they actually
a whole area. I think of. I'm not counting Ohio, but I'm counting the West Virginia, Pennsylvania, what else? Maryland. That whole area, that would be cool.
Well,
I think together and stuff.
Yeah, I think Spine Belt.
Yeah, because I don't know if I can think of any big name metal bands from Virginia, though.
But no, like I was trying to say here, I think Spine Belt actually opened up for Marilyn Manson one time.
Ooh, nice.
If I'm right,
this would have been ironic. Yeah, that's funny.
Dude, the last time I played was 2012, man.
Yeah. I was at that show, dude. Oh, nice.
Yeah, Spine Belt, Marilyn Manson. This must have been back in the early 2000s. If I were to guess, I didn't even live in the area at the time.
You have to give.
I've heard of Wicked Witch before.
You got to give new metal credit. It kicked metal in the balls and got it back to what it used to be, relevant again.
What, new metal?
Yeah, it kicked metal in the balls, and it got it back to being like, oh, I'm.
Well, did you hear about this? Let's talk.
Metal bands started getting back into shape after that.
Well, did you hear about this new metal that's creeping up now? And it sounds like absolute shit. Trap metal. It's called trap metal. It's terrible, man.
Shit.
And basically, what trap metal is, it's mumble rap mixed with metal, and it's fucking terrible. I'd rather listen to new metal any day. That's just being honest. It's freaking bad, man.
If there was a genre that I think would be cool to see get a movement going, cinematic metal. That would be a better and legitimate.
Yep, T-Rod knows it's fucking trash.
Trash.
Yep, trap metal. It's so bad. I actually sampled it on YouTube the other night. I was just bored. Well, I just got off work. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check this trap metal out. I'm like, I can't listen to this. It's so fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you take mumble rap and mix it with metal? Like, it made sense to take, like, old school hip hop and mix it with metal back in the day. Whether you like it or not, but it made sense. And obviously, Aerosmith started that with, like, the Run DMC thing, with Walk This Way. Then you had Anthrax with Bring the Noise, so. And Biohazard did it, too. Biohazard was famous for doing that. Oh, yeah, it's total autotune. It's fucking garbage. I couldn't believe it, man.
I still listen to some of the bands in new metal. Slipknot, obviously, Disturbed, Mudvayne, got to support a hometown band. I think a little bit of a Godsmack, but I've kind of fallen off from Godsmack as of late. Like, I just don't care. No, how about this? I mentioned earlier, cinematic metal. That needs to legitimately blow up at this point.
What's next? Sex metal? What the fuck? Sex metal. Oh, jeez. I don't even want to know what the
porn
fuck that
metal.
was.
That's what it would be a better title. Porn metal. I think we just need like porn, moans and stuff like.
Right, man.
Oh, that. Okay,
is that really a question? Accept or disturb?
I would want to see
definitely accept.
I would only see that just for the comedy and see how funny it is. Watch it sell because people laugh their balls off with that.
Right, totally.
Accept or disturbed.
Easily accept. Come on, man. That's not a question, dude.
It's only been in my life recently. I say disturbed.
You're picking disturbed over accept?
I only know about them recently. I've been listening to this.
It's okay, man. I'm just busting. It's okay, man. I'm just busting your balls. What else do we got here?
Do another one. Trump metal.
Trump metal.
Do another one, Mike. I wanted to answer Ken. See what you can think of. Wall to the Wall is awesome. Yes, I'll give it that.
Wow, we're 2 hours in, man.
Yeah. I don't accept that question or answer.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, sorry,
oh, man, that's fucking legendary.
Question. Yeah, he put accepted that. I see what you did
that would
there.
Be like,
I see what you did there. Mike, do another one.
That would be like asking Motorhead or Limp Bizkit. Come on now.
Yeah, there I would be more straightforward and say Motorhead in that case.
Nah, Disturbed's all right. They're one of the bands that actually don't annoy me.
Angry Karen metal. You calling Disturbed that? They have some cool albums. Like Down with the Sickness. That. Oh, wow.
10,000 Fists, that's an okay album.
Indestructible is awesome. It's got
Indestructible.
It's got Indestructible.
All right, the pitchforks are coming at us now. Oh, you're talking about Disturbed.
Here's a serious one. Accept or Udo.
Oh, dude, I hate baby metal. But you know what? I love you, man. So you get a pass. I cannot stand baby metal.
Oh God. ICP, but it's metal. Okay, accept or Udo. Come on, accept because balls to the wall, motherfucker. Juggalos, lol.
Well, okay, I'll give baby
Okay,
metal a little bit of credit.
I'll do a choose two. Okay.
I'll give baby metal.
Okay,
Go ahead.
bet.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
in all these, there would be gun to our head type situations. You had to pick one of the two. Here we go.
Boy.
Okay, here we go. Slipknot or Stone Sour.
I'm not a fan of either,
Yeah,
but I would pick Slipknot. I'd pick Slipknot easily.
Okay, 2-1 for me. That I can answer.
But anyways, I just thought of something here. Yeah. Well, you know what? Okay, yeah. Baby metal. Okay, baby metal actually gets a little bit of points with me right now because baby metal is definitely better than trap metal. So right there, got to give a little bit of credit to baby metal on that. Not a fan of them, but hey, it's better than trap metal.
If you got it was even, but when you put in Aussie, yeah, I give it the answer to trap metal.
God, I can't believe such a thing exists. Elevator music or trap metal? I'll take elevator music over that.
You're picking over Ozzy. He said elevator music or trap metal with Ozzy singing over the track.
I'm sorry, I'm picking elevator music still. I don't want to hear Ozzy singing over trap metal. He already did that with fucking damn it.
Post Malone.
Post Malone, yes. Sorry, I'm gonna take elevator music on that one. When I want to hear Ozzy, I want to hear Ozzy. Not this fucking Post Malone garbage. It was the first metal show I took. Oh, that's cool, man. I'm just reading the comments here. T Rod says it was the first metal show, or it was the first metal show I took my sister to as well. Hey, man, that's cool. Hell yeah, man.
Nice.
At least you didn't take her to see fucking Taylor Swift or some crap like that. Mumble metal. Mumble metal. That's kind of what trap metal is. It's mumble metal. It's just, it's the worst thing in the world.
I never grew to it. Might be cool to see it. Might be cool. Might be cool.
Yeah. All right, Rod, take over the show for a minute. Metal Ben's going to take a piss, and I'll be back.
Okay, y'all make me choose two bands. I will read in the chats. Give me something. Mike T Rod speaking. Give me something. I will be willing to pick. So I want to see what y'all come up with. I eagerly await. Don't care for either of them, but if I had to point a gun to my head, Clutch. They were the most recent thing I listened to between those two. And I kind of like it, so I picked Clutch. Give me another one. T-Rod or Speaking or anybody. That was a quick piss.
All right.
That was one
I'm
quick
back.
piss.
Well, I had to really go. Or I was going to end up pissing in my shorts.
Poison.
Wait, poison or trap metal? This is getting good, man.
Poison.
Clutch or bullet for my Valentine.
I picked Clutch.
I'm picking Clutch, even though I don't like Clutch.
I picked Clutch because they were the most recent thing I listened to.
I'm going to pick Poison, too. Even though I'm not a Poison fan. Much.
Okay, well think of some. Give us some more then. I'm interested to see what you can come up with.
All right, let's go.
T-Rod hasn't even given us one.
Poison or trap metal?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, we all read the comments. What's this about chicks? It just says chicks.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know what he means by that though.
Oh, we need chicks? Yeah, we definitely need chicks. But anyways.
Nickelback or trap metal?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Really? I'm going with Nickelback.
Nickelback, yeah. Nickelback. No argument there.
I don't think you're going to get anything for trap metal. You could say Frank Sinatra and trap metal, and I'm going to be like, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
God. This is fucking good.
That's just like, god damn.
It's like, God damn, man, what are you doing to me, man?
Nickelback. They got some good songs.
What
not
song?
Everything they've done is bad, you know.
Yep. Yeah, man. So we got three.
Give us something that's gonna make us. It's gonna be worse. That's like that was.
Easy. So we got three viewer. What?
Disney princess music or trap metal?
Really, dude? I'm going with Disney princess music. How fucking metal is that? Over trap metal.
Oh my god! This
Lord,
be the one and only time I'm gonna give it to trap metal, cause I would rather listen to that than freaking Let It Go, Let It Go. That fucking shit. I'd rather listen to
Ain't that the truth?
that shit. You realize you're picking that than any other Disney princess song over trap metal. You know, you're letting God.
Oh man.
Oh god, that'll be the one time I'm giving it to trap metal.
You know what? That's gonna be my reaction video return. I'm gonna do a reaction to trap metal and just totally shit all over it.
But you gotta give it credit.
Turn ghost white and be like,
it's better than Let It Go. Because I will not listen to that shit.
Yeah, really.
That
I don't even think I'll make it through listening to it.
Garbage.
Fuck.
Garbage.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Negative with that song, so by default, trap metal wins it. Okay, give us another.
I've already seen a couple idiots saying, oh yeah, this is going to be the new era of metal. No, we don't want this. Oh, God, it's going to be bad. The trap metal era, it's here. Go away. We don't want you.
Ooh. Ghostbusters theme versus Halloween.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. Very classic, yeah. Very classic
I go,
indeed.
I mean, come on. One is just instrumental. One's got lyrics. Take your pick.
Because there's something strange. The Metal Band Chronicles. Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
I'm gonna. Oh man, that's a tough one because they're both classic. I'm gonna have to go
Both are
with
classics,
the
yeah,
Howl.
I'd rather, one is just you want to watch it and watch a horror movie, terrified. One you can jam to in the car anytime, Even
Which
if
would
it's
be
not Halloween, you
Ghostbusters
can.
theme.
So I give it the edge to Ghostbusters.
So Ryan, what would your pick be on that one?
I mentioned Ghostbusters theme.
Like
I said, one is why would you want to listen to that on a car ride? It's just no. The Ghostbusters theme you can listen to the car. You can listen during Halloween. You can listen to it during Easter and everything.
That's very true. I'm gonna go with the Ghostbusters theme too. Actually, strangely, yeah, it's the Ghostbusters theme.
It wasn't really that hard. I mean, both are classics, but one you can
It
do a
was
classic all the time.
definitely hard.
Halloween has the atmosphere, but I'd rather
Definitely.
when you're in the car or something like that, you're moving and you're boogieing out to Ghostbusters and all that stuff. It's one's a movie where you're watching it on a scary movie and stuff.
There's a thrash metal band that actually covered that theme.
What?
The Ghostbusters? Yeah, Eccentrics.
Oh,
They covered it. Yeah. Mike Myers versus Jason in a fight. Ooh, that's. I'm gonna have to go with.
There's the different iterations of it. I'm going to pick obviously the definitive Jason, Kane Hodder, but there's never really been a definitive Michael Myers with each one. I guess the trilogy one, what would that been? 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
Either that one, or if it's that one, there's different iterations of Jason. There's the Tommy trilogy Jason. There's the Kane Hodder Jason. There is the Derek Mears Jason. The early years Jason. I really don't count those. So it's really the Tommy trilogy Jason, the Kane Hodder is Jason, and then Derek Mears is Jason. I think, and then there's with Michael. There's either the first two. Then there's the trilogy with the little girl. And then there is, what was going to probably be another trilogy. What would that have been? H2O and 2000. That failed attempt. And then there would have been the Rob Zombie Michael Myers. And then there would have been the new one that they're doing. It just depends. I'm taking the best one, Kane Hodder versus the little girl trilogy, Michael Myers. That alone, that's already. That's not even close. Jason, Kane Hodder, Jason in a heartbeat. I mean, for Christ's sake.
Well, yeah, I think I definitely agree with that. The Kane Hodder Jason was definitely the best. However, Michael Myers was much more. It's kind of weird because they're both very intimidating characters.
Yeah, both very rarely speak. Both have gone through a lot. And I will count out all the times people tried to kill Jason in the movies. He got an axe to the face.
Right.
Twice. What else is there? He got hit by the machete multiple times by Tommy in 4. He was drowned twice.
Yeah.
What else? No, 3 times he was drowned. 3
right.
times. He was dragged to hell. What would have been? Oh wait, we can't count Jason X. Well, obviously we can't even count because it was a stalemate at the end of Jason versus Freddy versus Jason. And then he probably got killed by a machete again. Michael Myers, I can't remember. He fell off at the top of a house. He got almost blown up in a hospital. What would have been 4? He got shot by a lot of guns. What would happen in 5? I think that's the one where like, yeah, we can't kill him. Let's just capture him. What would have been? I can't remember 6. He probably got killed by Laurie Strode as Jamie. Laurie Strode. He was in a burning house. Fell off a building to get in the Rob Zombie one. You get the same run stuff. He got burned in a house again. The new Halloween. You know, it's just crazy.
Kind of weird. It's kind of weird though because.
But I'm giving the edge to Jason because of all those kills, he keeps coming back and coming back for more and coming back for more and coming back for more and killing people.
Yeah.
I give the edge to Jason because I think you also have to realize at that point near the end with Kane, he was an undead guy and they couldn't kill him. Michael, at the heart of him, he's a human being under that mask. And he can take a lot of shit for some odd reason and come back. He's a human being, for Christ's sake. Jason could just take his machete, cut off Jason's head in a heartbeat. Or hell,
right.
Take a chainsaw, like that one cool kill in freaking, what would that have been? 7. I like the chainsaw kill. Freaking punching a guy. He killed a guy with just one fist. Granted, the guy was weak, but still, with one fist, he took his head off clean. Who's at the more coolest kill? Jason. I give the edge to Jason.
Well, it's kind of weird to me. There's almost like 2 different Michael Myers. Like you got the original from, the original Halloween series, and then you got the Rob Zombie version, where the Rob Zombie version was even more menacing and more vicious when it comes to Michael Myers.
He wanted to keep it true to the original.
I think I'm going to give the edge to Michael Myers.
You're going to give you're giving the edge to a really, really strong, very durable human being over an undead, retard. You're going to give it to a human being over an undead guy.
Well, pretty much.
He's all, deformed and stuff and retarded.
And that's why I'm giving it the edge. Because I think Michael Myers went through much more torture in his lifetime compared to what Jason went through. And it drove him into a psychotic serial killer, if that makes sense.
And you look at also the tragedy stories, Michael was a kid, and all that stuff. And then just one night, just couldn't take it anymore. He just killed everyone.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jason was picked on by all the camp kids, and they pushed him
true too.
The lake and drowned him.
Yeah, they were both picked on. So there's a lot of truth to that.
Much more like you feel more sorry for him, and you can feel justified by what he's doing by killing all these people in the camp for what they did to him.
Yeah.
One just snapped, and he was just all alone. The other was antagonized.
Yeah. It's kind of like...
the difference is night and day, one has a motive. I gotta kill everybody because they were bullying me. One just snapped out, and like, I'm gonna start killing people today.
But, right.
One had a motive. One didn't. One is human. One is deformed and retarded. And was bullied and was drowned.
Yeah.
Somehow came back to life or something like that.
Right.
I mean, come on. It's.
I mean, it could go either way, really. I mean, it'd be an interesting
Speaking said,
battle between
Myers,
those two.
anyone got the new Halloween album? It hasn't come out.
Oh yeah. I was gonna get to that actually. Yes. No, we don't have the new Halloween album. I'm definitely looking forward. I'm gonna get it too because I'm already hearing it's a masterpiece, and it's rightfully so that it would be a masterpiece because you got Kay Hansen back in the band, you got Michael Kiske back in the band.
Andy Duras is there. You got
Yeah.
Oakwood.
It's gonna be so good. I cannot wait to get it.
Should
And
Halloween
yes, I will.
3 exist? No.
Nah, that movie's pretty much dead. It's kind of like Jason X too. That movie's dead to me too because it makes no sense in the Jason trilogy in the Jason storyline.
The Tommy trilogy. Is that what you mean? The Tommy trilogy?
No. I was talking about Jason X, where he went to outer space. That movie to me made no sense.
That was the first Jason movie that I ever watched. I counted.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, there's in both movies catalogs. There's there's a movie in each catalog that don't make sense, being Halloween 3 and Jason X. Like Jason X and him going to outer space, it just don't make sense to me. And it's a terrible movie, anyways.
I liked it. And I still like it. Jason doesn't change who he is. He's alive, he goes and kills people, and then at some point near the end of the movie, he gets killed.
So
they didn't change the formula. It's just like they just changed the surrounding. It's not a so like it's outer space and all that stuff.
Right.
They didn't change the formula of it. I don't know why you think it's bad, but they kept to what they know about it. So where, he's alive or something, or gets resurrected, and he kills people. And then at some point he gets killed. It's the same formula. You know what you're getting in a Friday the 13th or a Jason movie or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's a simple formula. They didn't abandon the formula at that. Sometimes they made some changes. Jason Goes to Hell. They changed up. It's still going kill a lot of people, and then he ends up getting killed. It's just that they changed him to be like everybody else. Cool concept. Cool movie.
Resurrection was a pretty bad movie too.
Let's see. What would have been? Jason Takes Manhattan. That's when they, changed it. They changed the setting to New York. He is still killing people, and then he gets killed at the end.
Yeah.
They didn't change anything in that. When it comes to a Friday the 13th movie, you know what you're getting. He kills a lot of people, then he gets killed. Simple formula.
But so Freddy or Myers? Freddy Krueger or Michael Myers?
Freddy.
He's Michael Myers.
I say Freddy.
Like the only time Freddy was really scary, Freddy Krueger was really scary was in the very first Michael. The very first Nightmare.
Well, I'm trying to think of now that you think of it, Michael wasn't afraid of anything. I can't think of anything that he could have been afraid of. Maybe bullies, but that was just the one time. That might be the one thing that would make it really interesting. Is Michael isn't afraid of anything. That could give him an edge against Freddy. You know, that might give him an edge. You know, he could just grab him, wake up, and then pull him out, kill him. I think you might have a point there. I think Michael might be the one horror character that comes to mind, a masked killer that probably isn't a mainstream slasher that isn't afraid of anything.
Yeah,
that might be the one where Freddy, in order to have the fear, where he's trying to get into someone's head, he has to know what they're afraid of or something like that. Jason has that weakness. He's afraid of water. Who else? Who else would have been there? Chucky, we wouldn't know what Chucky's is. Michael, I don't know if he's ever been afraid of. He's been in that cell for so long. It's just you don't know what he's afraid of. And he can't die. It's just like you keep trying to kill him, he's not afraid of anything. There's nothing you can think of. He doesn't have a fear. Right. I do actually think that maybe Michael might have Freddy's number.
Yep.
Because in order for Freddy to get in his head, he has to figure out what he's afraid of. And I'm pretty sure Michael doesn't have anything he's afraid of.
Here we go.
Unless there's something, I'd have to watch all of them because you never know if he is actually afraid of anything. Because at one point, you'd have to watch the origin story and see when he was a kid if he was afraid of anything.
Chucky or Leprechaun.
Oh my God. I think I might have found his weakness. Oh my God, I think I might have found his weakness. Oh my God, I just realized his weakness. Holy shit. Oh. His sister might be the one thing he's afraid of. He doesn't want to lose her. That might be it. That might be the one thing he might be scared of or something, that he might be afraid of losing her or something. That might be the weakness.
That might be a good point.
That might be that family connection, and I think it might get to him, and like Freddy might start realizing it, like, I think I found a weakness. I think it's when you get into the guys that are like, Chucky, I can't really think of anything. Leatherface, I can't think of anything because he's just a retard. Well, actually, I don't think he would be. Maybe. A Pinhead, no. Pinhead, there's nothing he could be afraid of. I was about to think Michael might be the old one of those that might not be afraid of Freddy, but then I realized his sister, his younger sister. That might be.
It's very true.
He was afraid that he might lose her, and that might just drive him over the edge or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And get him afraid, and he'd be like, Freddy might be like, I think I got something here. And, Michael, I don't know if he would start running, he'd be afraid that he'd be like, and who knows, that might trigger Michael to speak for the first time,
Right.
He'd be like, stop!
So we got 3 people viewing.
Damn.
Just 3 people. Damn.
Resurrection didn't make 0 sense for my Freddy versus Jason was fun. Chucky or
Definitely Chucky.
That age-old question. Oh, basically an immortal doll versus a leprechaun. That one's a tough one. That one is. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of what. Oh, why am I thinking on this? Leprechaun. One is just an immortal. One is just a doll. The other is kind of a mythical being. You know, it shouldn't. I shouldn't have to think of that. It's Leprechaun. The good Leprechaun, not the shit creature like Leprechaun. The Warwick Davis one. That one. The good one. The good Leprechaun, not the bullshit one.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick Chucky. That's kind of like
Why would you pick a doll? A killer doll.
Well, if you know
creature or being.
well, I'm only saying that because to me, when it comes to Child's Play and Chucky, the proper movie hasn't been made yet on Chucky. If you know what I mean, because there isn't there. I mean, there's a. What am I trying to say here? The story about Chucky is much more darker than what the movie portrays it to be.
Whereas the Leprechaun films, and I mean the ones with the actual Leprechaun, the speaking one, you know he's a immortal, mythical creature being. You know
Pretty
that
much.
he wants his gold and all that stuff, and you give him his gold, he's gonna do something unspeakable to you, to kill you or something like that.
And ladies and gentlemen,
like I said, it's a doll versus a mythical being that has power. There is no. I have more on the brains and the stats and all that stuff and the powers and stuff. It's not even a contest, you know.
all
I
right.
might get a few lucky shots in, but then I think, all right, Leprechaun's rolling up his sleeve, and you know he's dialing it up, you know, because literally it's a doll that can die, you know. It's a doll. What else is there? At the end of the day, the person who became the doll is a human taking on a mythical creature. It should not theoretically be a contest. Now, if it was Leprechaun versus Pennywise, that would be a little bit more of a fair fight. It's really your Chucky versus Leprechaun's really not a fair fight. Pennywise versus Leprechaun is more of a fair fight than Chucky versus Leprechaun. I know people have been wanting the dream after that, but it's a human and a doll as a doll facing basically a being a god in some cases. Pennywise.
So anyways,
versus
people. As you know, this is why I have Ryan on the show because he knows a lot more about movies than I do, and he knows better about the storylines of movies. Because of me, I don't watch movies much anymore.
And about mythical creatures and everything. I am a big brain person. So
like me.
Theoretically, you can try to make a movie out of it, but if you just wanted to get to the point, Leprechaun wins.
Yeah.
It's a mythical being, a god, essentially kind of a god level versus a human.
Yeah.
It's really not close.
So if anybody's
really
ever
not close at all.
Yeah.
Okay. He said Pennywise.
So if anybody's ever
thoughts.
Oh, we're still talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, he said Pennywise. Tim Curry's the best Pennywise.
Harry
I like Bill Skarsgård, but hands down, Tim Curry. You can't argue
So
with
pure-
me on that.
So if you're ever
Oh,
expecting,
you better let the poor guy out.
still talking.
Apologies for that, but I wanted to say that.
Oh, Ryan, nice Metallica shirt.
Yeah, thank you.
But anyways, what was I saying? Okay, yeah. So if you're ever expecting movie reviews here on Metal Bench Chronicles, it's never going to happen.
You
I'm
might
not
get
into
with
it.
Me. You might get it with me though.
Yeah, because I'm not into reviewing movies. I know that's what gets channels over because a lot of people are into that, but you're not going to get it here. It's about
See,
metal.
I'm
It's
the
about
only one who will likely do movie reviews at some point.
yeah.
I just
Yeah,
gotta think
definitely
I just
check
gotta
out
think
Ryan.
of the right movie or franchise even. I might just think of the right franchise. It depends.
I'm just not good at reviewing it. Like I'm
I
like
might,
I am when it
might,
comes to
I
metal.
might bring him on. I might bring him on board to talk about one of them, but it'll only be on my channel. As long as it's for my channel, that's the only time it'll matter. You won't get
Right.
it on his. You'll get it on mine.
Nope. I'm terrible doing movie reviews. But Harry Potter Grindcore, what the fuck? What the fuck would that sound like? What?
Ryan versus Ozzy throwing a sandwich at him. Who wins the fight? On Ozzy's angriest day, in his prime, he probably can't handle me. Therefore, your
Ooh.
default winner. Ding, 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 ding. Me.
Getting a little bit of an ego burst
He's
there.
eating the bat. I probably threatened to kill him. I could have pulled it off. I could have killed someone with a knife. My mother in particular. But I'm not bringing that up. That's goes through bad times.
Yeah, don't bring that up.
Yeah. I punched holes into walls, doors. I've broken multiple consoles. I've had an uncontrollable anger that sometimes I can't even sometimes control it. So, on Ozzy, when he was in his prime, couldn't handle me. Ozzy now couldn't even handle me.
Guess we're doing okay here. Only lost one subscriber since I've done this stream.
Ben versus Fred
laugh about that
Durst
shit.
at a carnival. Who? Ben.
Oh, he'd get his fucking ass kicked.
Ben. Mel Ben.
Come
Yeah,
on
Ben,
now, that ain't
Ben in a heartbeat. Ben in a heartbeat. Yeah.
man. What a Q&A. What a Q&A, man.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be.
2-hour and 40-minute Q&A.
Hey, look who's here. We got Xavier here.
Xavier!
Yes, you know what? We're going to let Xavier join right now.
Oh, sweet. Then again, you get a free sandwich from Ozzy. Ozzy, hey, free food. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Hey, yo, Mike, you want to join us? I'll shoot you the link on Discord if you want to join. This also probably means I need to get my freaking...
All right, sent the links out, or sent the link out to Xavier.
Oh, there's my freaking air. My earbuds.
So this is basically turning into the Damage Incorporated. What the fuck are we called again?
I don't know.
Sorry, man. Damage Chronicles. This is Damage Chronicles right now. Since nobody would join in on my Metal Bench Q&A, you could have asked me questions, you wimps. You posers.
Okay, I'll ask you a question. I'll ask one.
What's your question?
A legitimate question. Not a stupid this or that question, like a legitimate question. When will there be more retrospectives from you?
Well, that's a really good question. Time, work. I'm actually, it's kind of weird. I'm in between two retrospectives, and I gotta fucking figure out which one I actually want to do. Like the one retrospective, I kind of just said fuck it, and I think that was the Exhorter one. I'm like, I'm not ready for it yet. But the one retrospective I want to do, and what I've told you I want to do for the last few months, I want to do the Scorpions.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, that's where my heart is, and that's the one I actually want to do.
Hey, here. Okay, and Mike message me.
And we got Xavier in the house.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hold on, Mike. About to send
going
you
on,
the
bro?
link real quick.
Yeah, I'm making another video.
Oh, are you, man?
Yeah, I'm doing a top 10 list on my top favorite death metal bands for 1991.
That's going to be a good one. I can't wait to see that.
It's a 2020 list, because obviously there's too many bands to choose from.
Right. That's very true.
Obviously, at the top will be Ripping Corpse.
Yep.
And then not the list, but it was pretty good. It was a pretty good list. I put Sentence, Shadows Pass.
Oh, nice. That's a great album.
Yeah, the first two sentences are great.
That's such an underrated album. I mean, I like North from Here better, but yes,
I like North from Here a little bit more, but
yeah, that's how I am too.
But Shadows Pass is decent.
Well, it's kind of an injustice to me that Sentence never gets talked about in the metal community. In fact, I've looked up videos to see if anybody ever talked about Sentence, and there ain't many. Y'all there? Y'all good?
Yeah, I'm here. I just sent Mike the link.
All right, Cowabunga.
I'm drinking some Trend Boy fucking drink. Yeah.
Oh, you're drinking. You're looking.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Hello. It's Mike! Finally, we meet face to face.
Yeah, look at this.
Fuck you.
Look at this Motley crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this.
Here's the background.
Look at this Motley crew.
Yeah.
What's up, Mike? Welcome to the stream, man. All right, so
Not much.
all right, somebody's got an echo on there.
There's way too much of echo.
Yeah, that's a lot of echo, dude.
Mike,
Now it sounds okay.
Yeah.
What's going on, Mike? How you doing, man?
Not much. I was laughing at the trap metal. Never knew that thing existed.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
I
fucking
didn't
new.
even know-
Yeah,
I
dude,
didn't
it's a
even
new
know.
metal that's coming out, man. It's fucking terrible.
It is
It's the
terrible.
worst shit I've ever heard. I
Somebody
can't
needs
believe
that.
it's happening.
Somebody needs to send that shit to China. Let them listen to it.
Exactly right.
Right
It's-
on. Get it out.
They call it coronavirus. They get the
Here.
first to listen to it.
Whoever made an idea called trap metal is a crappy idea.
Oh, it's such a bad idea.
What was everybody's very first metal album? you ever purchased?
Ooh, that's a
Oh,
hard
man.
question. Venom
Mine-
Black Metal.
Mine was Metallica Master of Puppet.
Hmm.
I gotta think I can pull it out because this is an
Way back in 1990.
Venom.
The Black Album?
Black Album.
My first record I ever bought was Venom. Welcome
Ooh,
to Hell,
nice.
Black
Number
Metal.
of the Beast.
I'll show you my first record I ever bought.
Okay, first one. I don't think I bought it, or I can't. I don't have it anymore. But it wasn't a metal album. It was a Leonard Skinner greatest hits, which ain't bad. It's Leonard Skinner. I can't remember when the first true metal album I bought.
So I have a
But
story I'd like to
I've had
Sorry.
several. I just
Wait, where is it?
Oh, I was gonna say I have a story I'd like to share. So, I had
Go ahead.
tickets to go see a Tom Petty show with one of my buddies. So we were getting ready to go leave, and we're
Feels
heading
like
down to
first time I
Philly
ever
to
bought.
see Tom Petty, and we get pulled over,
Nice.
and found out my buddy brings a bag of pot with him, and I'm like, you dumbass, you just fucking screwed the concert. So we get arrested. Our parents come pick us up, and they're not too happy.
They're really happy. Like, buy me some.
I wouldn't be happy. Like, you didn't do it right, you little fucker.
You didn't bring the weed.
and I'm like, shoot, that's the only time I ever wanted to see Tom Petty. And then he passed like a year
Yeah.
later, and that's a
Yeah,
shame.
it is. I agree. A good talent that was taken away.
yeah.
Way too early.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
But
I mean, shoot, we still have Ringo and Paul McCartney. We still have the Stones still around,
Yeah,
which is shocking.
that's true. Yeah. Ringo's 80
Oh,
years
I'm a
old.
big Stones fan. I never really cared for the Beatles. I was always
Well,
more
the
of
thing
a
with the
Rolling
Beatles
Stone.
was that they kind of started that whole British rock scene. If you think about it, if you really think about it,
And then
They were like
Split
one of
off.
the first.
And then the
Yeah.
Rolling Stones went on to. I mean, for Christ's sake, I at least got a few albums of Rolling Stones. I mean,
and like if we're talking,
I think to me of whose side I am on, I'm more of Team Rolling. Because I grew
if
up
we're
with
talking
them.
like rock metal, like rock and roll in America, that shit didn't start till what, the 50s?
Yeah, around
Yeah.
56, 55, 56.
Yeah,
With like Little Richard, stuff like that.
Elvis.
Yeah,
I mean-
Elvis,
Bob Seger.
Fat Domino.
Bob
And
Seger,
it's
to some extent.
weird. It's weird how the music started off that small, and then it just
Well,
expanded, and
right. Well, it's kind of weird. That's how Ronnie James Dio actually got his start. He played that kind of music back in the late 50s.
He
Yeah.
did.
Ronnie Dio
Ronnie
and the
James
Prophets.
Dio and the Prophet. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then of course,
Actually, some of that stuff ain't that bad.
Oh yeah, Ryan, check out Elf.
Yeah. I think as soon as you were playing Elf, I immediately went to listen to Neon Nights from Black Sabbath. Or should I
Yep.
say Heaven and Hell in this case?
I think
Like, I was like, I'm in the mood to listen to Neon Nights from Black Sabbath, aka Heaven and Hell.
I saw Ronnie
Yeah, there you
live
go.
once. I got to see Ronnie live once. 2008. The Not Devil You Know tour was the Heaven and Hell reunion tour. That's what I'm calling it. Heaven and Hell reunion tour. And they didn't play in Philly. They were in PA. They played in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I know Reading.
They played at the. I think they played at the. I don't know what place they played at Reading, but they played at Reading, and that was the only time I ever saw Ronnie. And the set list they did. They did Neon Nights. They after that they went right into Mob Rules and then Children of the Sea. Played a few more songs. They played Ear in the Wall off the
Ooh,
Greatest Hits Dio Sabbath album. And then they ended it with Heaven and Hell. And then they played one last track. Instead of Die Young, they played Time Machine to end off the concert. So, yeah.
oh, cool.
So,
That is freaking awesome.
and
Oh,
This is the first. Wait a minute.
All right. I'm back.
yeah, I
Oh, we
shared
got
my
in here in the comments section.
oh yeah, what's up guys? Comment in the chat.
Yes, Heaven and Hell, man. Classic album.
Yeah. I
What more
still
can be
say
said, man?
it's either Rainbow Rising or Magica for me is better than Heaven and Hell.
Ooh, Rainbow Rising. Yes.
That's a good
Such a
record.
classic.
That is such a good record.
Stargazer. Dude, Stargazer
I-
still gets me chills.
Cool, no.
Stargazer is an okay song on that album. For me, I think Run with the Wolf is gem of the song
That's
on
pretty
that album.
underrated, yeah. I
Because
agree.
it kind of sort of has that sort of solo Dio era aspect on that track. If you listen
Yeah.
to it in further detail.
Yep, that's true.
And then if you listen to the first record,
Yeah,
there's no
I
Cozy
wanted
Cow
to
on those.
Right. Well, the first album had a lot of members from Elf on it still.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
Richie Blackmore basically hired Elf for the first Rainbow album.
Yeah.
You know, still a great album too. But Rising, man, that album is just it's
then-
like magic.
Then Long Live Rock and Roll and that huge tour that followed it. I mean,
That's a great album too.
and you know,
Such a classic album. I mean, Gates of Babylon, Kill the King. You know, a lot of thrash metal bands and speed metal bands covered Kill the King. You know,
LA Connection. That's a good track.
yep.
Well,
Lot of
then you
good
got
stuff.
Heaven and Hell. You got Heaven and Hell. I love all the tracks. I still say I like Walk Away.
That's a pretty underrated track, actually.
Yeah.
It's a track that doesn't get mentioned much off that album, but to me, like, I think Heaven and Hell to me is the best Black Sabbath album. Period. Out of
And-
all the eras, it's the best Black Sabbath album.
I've said this
I
in
love
other
Cross, I
Facebook
like
groups.
more.
I'm a real Sabbath fan.
Yeah, that's an
I love
underrated one,
all-
too, yep.
I love all eras of Sabbath. You're not a Black
Me too.
Sabbath fan if you don't love all eras of Black Sabbath, not just
Yep.
one.
Right. I agree. I totally agree.
And then you have these, I don't mean to be rude, these retards in the chat say, oh no, I support Ozzy, blah, blah, blah. Well, you're not a true Sabbath fan then.
And you're missing out on a lot of great music. You know?
I'm gonna be honest. Like,
Like Idol and Tear. They're the best, to me, the best Black Sabbath album ever.
And I'm gonna probably shoot myself on the
They're good.
I love Forbidden. That's the best Tony Martin album, in my opinion. Forbidden.
What album? What? You gotta
Forbidden.
be shit.
The
I'm not.
illusion of power. Yeah.
There's a couple good songs on that album. Get a Grip. That's a good song. Opens
Yeah, that's
it
a
up.
pretty decent track. Yeah.
here's my first few albums I have ever bought at the record store.
Nice.
This is way more interesting. Wait a minute.
Mhm.
This is when I first started getting into metal.
Mm.
Saxon, Denim and Leather,
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Motorhead Bomber,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Slayer, and Venom, black metal. Those are like my first few records of going into metal.
That's a great introduction, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
My very first rock CD, I don't have it anymore, but my very first rock CD was the Beatles' #1 greatest hits. The red with the yellow #1 on it. I don't have it anymore. I threw it away. I didn't want it.
Oh, man.
Just pretty much collecting Death by then. Yeah.
I agree, man. I'm reading Speed King's comment here. Tony Martin is as good as Dio and far better than Ozzy.
He can sing both styles
That's
well.
just an opinion. Right.
I think I don't know how this will go over with everyone.
I mean,
I think, in my opinion, when Dio is in Sabbath, I'm saying Tony Martin is the better vocalist in Sabbath.
Mhm.
Pretty bold statement, bro.
Mhm.
that's a very bold statement.
Well, then again, we're talking about Sabbath. They've had so many drummers. You have Mr. Bill Ward, Mr. Vinny Appice, Bev Bevan on Born Again. Oh, Born
Yeah.
Again. Check that album out. That's a
Born
fucking
Again.
great
I
album.
fucking love
Oh
Born
man,
Again.
that's probably my
Purple.
second favorite.
I call that purple.
I have it on
I call
vinyl.
that purple Sabbath.
Call it Purple
So you
Sabbath.
got Ian
whatever.
Gillan
It's
from
fucking
Deep
good
Purple.
album. I don't know why people hate it.
I guess it's because it's not Ozzy era. Because everybody's like, ooh, it's not Ozzy
I mean-
era. Fucking. Or
I mean-
Dio, stab. It's like.
But then
Actually, to
again,
me,
Ian
Born
Gillan's
Again-
screaming his
Go ahead,
balls
man.
off on that album.
oh my god, yeah. Actually, that album is where he blew his voice out, and he couldn't do the high voice anymore after that album.
Yeah.
Yeah, Born Again.
Yeah.
That's an underrated Sabbath album that gets a lot of shit. It's probably, besides Dehumanizer, it's probably the heaviest Black Sabbath
Yeah.
album.
Then again, another Sabbath album, even though it's called Heaven and Hell, The Devil You Know, that's considered a Sabbath album.
That's still a good album.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
To me, it's still a Sabbath.
I really consider the
I have
other
it
three
still.
Sabbath albums.
It's in rough shape,
I
but I still have the album.
I consider the Dio
And-
Sabbath albums to be Heaven and Hell. 'Cause
Mhm.
to me, when I
Yeah.
think of Sabbath, it's Ozzy
I mean, I understand
Tony.
that too.
and Bill. That's all. That's Black Sabbath. Anything
And then-
else is different. You know, with Dio, it's Heaven and Hell.
And
It's
then
like
we're on the topic of Sabbath and Dio. I mean, the Dio
With the-
solo albums, the first what? You had, I'm going to think, Holy Diver, Last in Line.
Classic.
Oh yeah.
What's
Yeah.
after Last in Line? Is it Dream Evil?
No. Sacred Heart.
Yeah, and Dream Evil. Lock Up the Wolves is a good album. It's
Yeah, that's
okay.
an underrated album.
it is a good album.
Then, well, that's with Simon Wright on drums because Simon left AC/DC and Vinny. I don't know what happened with Vinny and Dio, but I guess they had a disagreement and Vinny left, and you know.
Right.
And then after Lock Up the Wolves, we get Sabbath with Dio again. Go figure.
Exactly.
It's such an underrated album too. Dehumanizer.
And then
Actually,
after
that
Dehumanizer,
would
we
be
get another. After Dehumanizer, we get two more heavier Ronnie James Dio albums that are hated.
Oh, those fucking albums are good too. Yes.
Strange Highway
Strange Highways. Yeah.
and Angry Machines.
Yep.
Which
Great albums. Yep.
which you can tell Dio's pissed off just by
Oh, he
singing
was
the
pissed.
album.
Because, well, Dio was pissed because of the politics of music. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of politics in music too. And I definitely blame that on Sharon Osbourne because
Oh,
at
of
that
course.
time,
She's a witch.
yeah,
don't
at
like
that
that.
time.
Very nasty. To quote Shredlord, that very nasty woman, the tremendously nasty woman,
Here's-
Sharon
And then-
Osbourne, the very nasty.
Here's a funny
And-
thing.
And if you
But
look
yeah,
at the '90s with Sabbath, with Dio, you know, you had Dehumanizer, then the Dio solo albums, then you had the albums with Tony Martin and the tours, then you had the Ozzy reunion tour and reunion album. So
Yeah.
it was a weird time.
It's kind of weird because
Yeah.
I've always heard Sharon of being a complete and utter asshole.
She's a fucking asshole.
Fuck her.
That's why Ozzy's doing shit with Post Malone now.
Exactly.
Self-explanatory there.
Yeah. And like
I've said
Shredlord
that-
said in there, but
I said this to one of my buddies once. Ozzy would be better off without Sharon, just from a career. No, I'm not saying that, but
Yeah.
like, I'm thinking if Ozzy got away from Sharon, he probably could have made a very good album on his own.
I'm sure he could have. I mean,
Yeah, that new album is.
And like
It's
I
the
said,
worst
last I
fucking
heard
album he's done.
on Loudwire, Geezer was talking about how several times Geezer approached Ozzy about doing an album together, and Sharon told him straight in the face, "Fuck you, no." And Ozzy
No,
was disappointed at that.
no, Ozzy, you got to do this. You got to get Post Malone. You got to get his producer, and you got to make an album with Post Malone.
I would
That's what
be.
you got to do, Ozzy.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be straight up and 100% honest with you. Even though it's good that she's in his life because Ozzy was a fucking wreck.
That's
Before
true
that,
too. That's very true too.
that's the only thing That's the only thing that's good about her. But outside of that, I would fire her immediately.
I mean,
Yeah.
if
She's
Ozzy
just
wants to
mainstream.
get back together, with Bill or Geezer, let him do it.
You're right. Exactly. I mean,
It's
there's
it's
not
on-
much time left.
It's not Sharon Osbourne. It's Ozzy. Fucking
Yeah.
get it straight.
hmm
And it's
What are your
like,
thoughts?
okay,
What's your thoughts, Ryan?
is Brian still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. I've just been listening. And jerking back and forth from being awake and wanting to go to bed. But I agree with what y'all are. It is up to Ozzy. It really is. If he wants to do that, then that's his prerogative. If he wants to do at least something, one more thing with the original.
Oh yeah, Speed King, Straight to Hell
I
was
can
is really the only
say-
good song off of that album. The rest of the album is trash.
You know,
I do
maybe
agree with your comment, Speed King.
it's like, to be honest with that, like, it's like, okay, if Ozzy's like, if Sharon's like Ozzy's wife, in my opinion, it's like, first and foremost, don't tell me what to do. It's like, if he wants to get together with him, he can.
Right. Exactly.
I
It's
would
like having your mom holding your hand constantly while you're playing a guitar solo.
Right.
It's like first and foremost, why are you on stage? Second of all, don't touch me.
Right. And that's what sucks about the music industry is when politics get involved.
It's like nobody asked you.
I mean, Gene Simmons made a good statement on the music industry saying it's too weak nowadays. There's not enough strict rules.
It is. I actually agree with that.
I think there should be a little bit more common sense in it. Just like, here's the thing:
Yeah,
I agree with that, too.
It's just
shouldn't
like-
be any rules or
the rule. There's only one rule to it. Only one rule. Let people mind their own fucking business.
Yeah.
Nobody asked you to go in and screw up the record. Nobody
about
asked you to
this
do that.
about money.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Use
Exactly.
Sabbath as an example. 1974-75, when they were recording Sabotage. The record label fucked with their music on that
Right.
record.
And that's when Ozzy really sounded aggressive. Like he was singing high like he never sang on anything he did.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could tell Ozzy was pissed on that album.
I don't think I ever want to see Ozzy pissed in person. Kind of
I
scary.
wouldn't want to see Ozzy pissed. I heard it's not pretty.
I don't want to
No.
see him pissed.
No, me either.
Don't want to see anybody pissed. Only person I want to see pissed off is like the trolls,
Right, exactly.
because I can make fun of them how many times they say dumb shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, we were talking about the devil, you know. Yeah, that counts as a
Oh,
Sabbath
yeah,
album.
yeah.
I don't know why that album gets lost in the shuffle with Sabbath out of all their albums.
I don't get it either. I think it's a good album.
I think
I like
it's
the
better.
I mean, I
Is
like it.
Is it better than 13 though?
No. Well, actually, yeah, I think it is better than 13.
Yeah.
I actually think it's better than 13.
13.
13 seems forced.
And I'm thinking you could have named the album something else.
Honestly, yeah. By the
Oh,
way,
Yeah, the devil you know is
Okay,
way
guys,
better
I
than
got
13.
I mean, you could have named the album Hand of Doom. I would have bought it.
That's a
By the
cool
way,
name.
by the
I
way,
like
I'm
that
listening
hand
to some
too.
classic shit right now. Running Wild.
Nice.
Ooh, there you go.
I love that record.
All right, guys, I gotta get going. Gotta get
See you, Ryan.
See you, Ryan.
Oh,
All right, Ryan, thanks for joining, brother.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we are down. Then there was 3, like the Genesis album.
Yeah.
Then there was 3.
That's Ben. I'm Mike. Oh, I never got your name, man.
Who, me?
You. Yeah.
Rock and Roll Snaggletooth. Xavier.
Yeah, no, you're smart.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
And then,
plays in a band.
Yeah.
I mean, I play drums. I
Just
play
think of-
drums for fun at Guitar Center. I know I'm friends with the manager there, so family friend. So I can play drums there for free.
Are they still open?
You know what's so funny?
The one up in Harrisburg.
There's one down here in Lancaster.
Oh, is there?
You know what's
Yeah.
funny? It's like,
Yeah.
it's a funny thing.
Never get down that way much.
I think I mentioned this to you in the interview, Ben, but I think I did record the record, like the drums at Guitar Center.
Nice.
Sweet.
hmm
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do another interview.
Well,
What's
then you also had Ozzy doing all those solo albums, and then he kind of didn't he technically was it 90 or 91? Ozzy was going to do like a farewell tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in '93. I remember it too. Yeah, he was going to retire, and he decided to keep on going.
Mhm. And then he made, because the albums Ozzy made was Blizzard of Oz, and originally Blizzard of Oz predates Blizzard of Oz. Go figure.
Well, the Blizzard of Oz thing actually goes back to the '70s.
Yeah, it was
Like,
like 76, 77, something around that time.
Yeah, it was around the time of Technical Ecstasy. Ozzy was planning to leave Black Sabbath to do Blizzard of Oz, and he actually had a lineup too for Blizzard of Oz.
Which
in
is
the
a great
70s.
album, by the way.
I love that record.
I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's some hit or miss.
Revelation Mother Earth. Oh,
There's some hit or miss songs on Technical Ecstasy, but it's a still solid album. But you can tell that it's declined. You can tell
right.
where the band lost their focus and interest in the music.
Technical Ecstasy, I think.
That's very true.
I feel like that was like the weakest out of the bunch.
Yeah.
I'll put Never Say Die ahead of that by a hair, a thin hair.
Yeah, that one's pretty weak too.
Because, okay, Techno Ecstasy, you open out with Backstreet Kids, which is a killer heavy song.
Yeah, it's got a cool gallop to it. It's pretty
And
heavy for
Then you kind of
'76.
go into You Won't Change Me, which I kind of scratched my head on that one.
I actually like that one.
And then It's Alright with Bill Ward singing. That's a good song. Bill Ward can sing. You know?
Yep. It's kind of like a Beatles type of tune.
Yeah. And all movie. No. You have Gypsy. Kind of cool song.
Yeah, that one's not bad.
And then you have All Moving Parts Stand Still, which they actually played that in their live set list. So, surprisingly. And then you have Rock and Roll Doctor. That doesn't
That's
fit on the
next
album.
track. I don't like that track.
Me neither.
If they would have kept the other songs, got rid of Rock and Roll Doctor, kept She's Gone and Dirty Woman, maybe the album would have done a little better. You know.
Well, it's kind of weird with She's Gone, the track She's Gone, which is a ballad. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a predecessor to Revelation Mother Earth, if you
Mhm.
really think about it.
Yeah.
And then you hear
That's all I think that's all Paranoid, right? Yeah.
and then you have the whole Never Say Die debacle where Ozzy just doesn't give a shit about, you know, being in the band at that point. And, you know.
Well, at that time, they had another singer come in. They had
Dave
Dave
Butler.
Walker come in.
Yeah.
Which he definitely wouldn't have fit Sabbath. He was pretty
No.
bad.
And then, you know, Ozzy ends
Not
up making the
saying
record. They tour, and then
Not,
you
not
know,
saying he's a bad vocalist, but
No.
he definitely wouldn't have fit Sabbath.
and Sabbath
Ozzy
had
came
some.
back.
Sabbath had some fill-in vocalists that just didn't fit with the band, and some did.
Right. Then
Yeah.
Ozzy came back and Never Say Die. It's pretty uninspiring.
And you can see
I
why
mean,
it's
you got a
not.
couple good tracks
You
on
can
there.
see why the band really never plays any other tracks off of Ecstasy or Never Say Die in their set
Right.
list.
And when they got when they got Ronnie James Dio, it's like, man, it's a whole new band. In a way.
Whole new band, whole
It's
new
like-
vibe, more energetic,
Right.
heavier, just
Yep.
darker, more evil.
Yep. Yeah, it took like what they did in 1970 when they came out, bringing this new music to
Mm-hmm.
the scene called heavy metal, to 1980 with Ronnie James Dio and energizing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And then it's energized, and then have someone screaming their balls off on the next version of Sabbath with Ian Gillan. It's just, who would have thought that?
that's an underrated album, man. There's some heavy tunes on that album.
I've always said this on Facebook. If Sabbath ever decided to do another reunion, if Ian Gillan could still sing a little bit, a Born
I
Again
don't-
reunion, a Born
I
Again
don't-
reunion.
Yeah, it would be cool, but I don't think Ian Gillan can do the high vocals anymore.
Yeah. Plus, Bill can't
Like-
play the drums anymore. Sadly.
I mean, if you listen to the most recent Deep Purple albums, Ian Gillan's singing in a more, what am I trying to say here? He's singing in a more registered style.
Mhm.
He's not doing the high. Well, he can't do the high screams no more.
And then you have the next album, which is kind of just a Tony Iommi album. I'm sorry, he's still Sabbath. It's still technically Sabbath, just with Tony Iommi. It's
Yeah.
7 stars, an okay album. It has some
You know
good
what?
songs
There's some
on
good
it.
stuff on there. Yeah.
And then Eternal Idol, which is a pretty good album.
Yep.
And Headless Cross, very good album. Yeah.
Right.
Never cared for Cross Purposes. I just never cared for that album. I don't know what it is. Just
Yeah. It's not the best. It's
Tears
okay,
is a
but it's not
fantastic album.
great. Yeah, Tears is a really good album. That's kind of like Black Sabbath's power metal album.
And it's weird when you listen to all the Dio solo albums and all the Ozzy solo albums. There's a little bit of a Sabbath vibe on all the albums.
Oh, yeah. Like on Tears, you got the Sabbath Stone, which sounds like Black Sabbath. But,
And then, say, what Dio album sounds like Sabbath? I was going to say Magica has sort of that heaven and hell vibe to it a little bit.
Oh, let's see if you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were talking about Dio, the albums. So was it Anger Machine, Strange Highways? Then it was the last then you can kind of tell Dio was starting to decline a little. Sadly, but he still kicked ass. So you had Imagine, a fantastic album, and it's a concept album.
Right, exactly. I mean, there was supposed to be a Magica 2 and a Magica 3, actually.
Yeah.
And, well, unfortunately, we lost Dio.
And then you had the next album, Killing the Dragon, which I actually like the name. And it's a good album.
Yeah, that album was kind of like a return to, it's kind of like a mixture of Rainbow and what he did on Holy Diver and The Last Divine. Yeah.
And then the last album was kind of a dud, Master of the Moon.
I mean, yeah, it's got its moments, but yeah, probably not the album I wanted to see Dio go out on. But luckily, there was Heaven and Hell, The Devil You Know, which I think was a great album.
And then Ozzy was Blizzard of Oz. Great album. I still love that album to this day.
Oh my god, it's classic.
And then the next album, Diary of a Madman, which is just better than that album.
Man, just more phenomenal stuff.
And then sadly, with the Randy Rhoads thing, sadly, that kind of killed that lineup. You know,
Right.
I still say it's kind of bullshit how Sharon treated Bob Daisley and Lee Kerslake.
It is bullshit. But finally, you know, they did get what they...
Only person he treated right was Zach, and that was it.
Yep.
And funny was that Lee Kerslake even said in one of his older interviews with Daisley, they were just asking for their paycheck so they can continue to stay with the band. And Sharon said no, and she got Ozzy to say no, and I guess they got the boot, you know.
Well, I think the bullshit is too, and I refuse to ever own copies of this. Back in 2002, they did the reissues of Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman, where they had Rob Trujillo come in from, you know, Metallica, Suicidal Dead.
That guy's terrible.
Yeah,
they had the drummer for Alice in Chains come in and do the drums, Mike Innes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, this ain't fucking right, man. You cannot you can't do this. You cannot replace these. What are you doing, Sharon? That's like the devil's work right there. When it comes to music, it's like, no, Bob Daisley and Lee Kerslake played on them tracks. Leave them alone.
And then the next album, you have Carmine Appice on drums, Spark the Moon. It's an okay album. It's a fun album. Is it as heavy as the last two? No.
No.
And then the next album, Ultimate Sin. Oh God.
It's the ultimate sin. That's a heavy track. I mean, the opening track's pretty heavy.
It's a heavy track.
Of the album's like,
the album cover is kind of confusing.
yeah, you're looking at the album cover, you're like thinking, oh, this is going to be a heavy fucking album, but it's really not that heavy.
Yeah. Then the next album's actually heavy. No Rest for the Wicked.
Yeah.
That's probably his heaviest album.
And
That's a
Geezer
solo
Butler.
artist.
And
Yeah.
that's the album, I think, where Geezer played on the tour with them, I think.
You know what? You're right. Yeah.
Because what is it? Miracle Man, the video. You see Geezer Butler on the bass on like the promotional video.
Yeah.
Because like I think of the video, you see Ozzy humping a pig, and it's just weird shit. But it's a good song.
Right.
And then the next album is
No More Tears,
yeah.
which Lemmy from Motorhead actually wrote some songs on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser, I Don't Want to Change the World.
Yeah. And then you have Osmosis, which has Geezer on the whole album. filling in for who was the bassist at the time?
Oh, gee. Who the fuck was the bassist?
Because you had Puffy on drums, Mr. Borden on drums during that era.
Well, I think on Osmosis they had Dean Castronova on drums,
Yeah.
who played in Journey. And
Yeah, it was Dean Castronova, and then
and
I think,
Hardline. He played in Hardline too.
Yeah. and I think that was either, and then Ozzy couldn't get his regular bassist in, so he called him Geezer. And Geezer wasn't with Sabbath at the time, and I guess
Right.
good timing, you know. And then they do Osmosis, and then the next album, I forget the name of that title. The next album,
Down on Earth.
yeah, and then. And
I honestly can't remember much about that album.
No. And then also,
Besides, I do remember Dreamer, the ballad, because somehow Ozzy's ballads stick out.
and you know what's weird? Tony Iommi made solo albums. Geezer made solo albums with this band. What was it? GNR, not Guns N'
Yeah.
Roses. No,
Obviously, no.
Oh yeah,
Fuck
I
no.
know what you're talking about. Yeah, because
GZR.
the because the first album had Burton C. Bell Fear Factory on it.
Yeah. And then the second album was Plastic Planet. That album was pretty good, actually.
Yeah. It's weird.
hmm And you have the reunion album, and then Ozzy's back to doing solo stuff with, what is it, the cover album? Where he does a bunch of covers.
Oh, that was terrible. That's so fucking bad. He covered King Crimson. He did a horrible cover.
And then you get
it's wonderful.
Scream, Black Rain. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty forgettable shit.
I mean,
So yeah, we haven't got a good Ozzy album probably since, I'm gonna say, No More Tears. It's been a long time. It's been 30 years.
I remember that. No More Tears is 91, I think.
91, yeah. It's weird. I remember when No More Tears, the song hit radio back in 91. I was only 13 back then. I'm like, oh wow, a new Ozzy song.
yeah. The only Ozzy song I remember from the previous albums was No, I Don't Want to Stop. And it kind of makes sense. I don't want to make it make sense. I want to stop listening to the new Ozzy stuff because it's kind of terrible.
Right. I don't know what to expect from the new album coming out.
I hope
It's not gonna be good.
I hope there's no trap stuff in it.
They're oh man.
Wait, they're making another record? Oh, shit. I please hope they don't.
Yeah, there's gonna be a new Ozzy album.
Supposedly
There's a-
15 tracks.
Oh, man. It's going to be Post Malone
Ozzy's
in it.
like, I'm jubilated, I'm ready to write music again.
He's like, if you put Post
Only
Malone
because
there,
Sharon's telling you to.
like, you know what? Ozzy, you should put Post Malone in there. No?
No.
Fuck off. No.
I'd
That's
rather-
terrible.
It's like if I'm Ozzy Osbourne, I'm like, I'm the godfather of heavy metal. Fuck you, Sharon.
I'd rather
Load
listen
of
to Bugs
money,
Bunny
think.
sing metal than trap metal. And that says a lot.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
And,
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
well,
Looks
I
like-
mean, no one expected an AC/DC album.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah,
Came out
yeah,
last
like I
year.
said.
And that
I mean,
album,
with AC/DC, you're not going to get ripped off. Angus Young, like I could see some producer walking up to Angus Young. Hey, Angus, you got to have Post Malone on one of your songs. Fuck you. We're AC/DC. We're going to do what the fuck we want. Like he did back on Highway to Hell back in '79, when Atlantic Records was telling AC/DC, "Oh, you can't call your album Hell. You can't call your album Highway to Hell." They did it anyways.
yeah. Other
It's
than
going to be
that,
called Highway to Hell, and that's the way it's going to be. That's what Angus said to
and
him.
yeah.
So I respect AC/DC for that.
And honestly, I say this is the best album since Flick of the Switch. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
it's the best album since Flick of the Switch. Even though Razor's Edge, it's kind of a metal album for AC/DC. Some
Yeah,
of the
a little bit.
some of the songs are a little
Especially
bit faster.
Especially the title track, Razor's Edge. That's pretty fucking
Yeah.
cool.
Well, guys, I am going to hang up because I gotta go to bed. So check out my channel, guys, at Metal Douche Mike, and subscribe to Metal Ben. I am gonna get going.
All right, man. Thanks for
Peace.
joining, dude. All right, guys. Yes, I'm back in the platform. Well, okay, this was supposed to be a Q&A tonight, but you know what? This turned out to be fun, you know. And right now, I'm going to end the stream too. And we will be back for more here on Metal Ben's Chronicles, you know. And that's pretty much it. I'm out. And keep it metal.